Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Hey, fella.
Hey.
What's going on, brother?
Good to be back, Joe.
Good to see you as always.
Yeah. This time I have something to actually promote.
Well, you're always promoting. So, I mean, any kind of appearance is sort of a promotion. 'Cause
Right.
You're promoting, the audience gets to see you.
Right.
Right?
Right. It was so funny because it got me thinking. So I started watching Patrice's Opie and Anthony appearances because there's a list of them on Spotify. And what was so funny to me was you know how they have these group of mentally disabled people that they kind of fuck with.
Opie and Anthony?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was
Like
rough.
a carousel. And it's kind of mean.
It's kind of horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of like, ooh, I'm kind of glad we're past that. But what made me laugh is every single one of them at the end of the thing was like, and here's my website. I had a website, and I was like, damn, I've been on the Joe Rogan Experience twice, and I don't even have a website.
You didn't have a website?
I didn't have a website. This is the first time I had a website.
Wow. What did you do? Did you make it yourself?
No, I realized I gotta just pay people to do stuff like that. That's out of my wheelhouse of things I can do. Ironically, I'm terrible with technology for a guy who looks like me.
There's things you could do, like Squarespace has a great setup. It's pretty easy to do. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's just pure. It's pure laziness almost on my end for sure, and a little bit I spend so much time on my brain space, and this is dedicated to my jokes. I kind of shut out everything else.
It's a fun time to be alive. One of the things that's really exciting about the mothership is for someone like me who's been doing comedy for so long, it's really exciting to watch people's careers launch. You know, see guys like Cam Patterson go from getting a spot on Kill Tony to being a regular on Kill Tony to being on fucking Saturday Night Live. Boom.
It's crazy. Some of them Christina Mariani now just sells out rooms at the Comedy Store all the time.
She's killing it.
And then you have Peyton Ruddy and Dylan Carlino. These are just guys who were just at the club and just made a way social media wise.
And you get to see people get just tighter and better, like McCusker's new set, what he did last night. Really fucking good, man. Super solid. Really fun. It's just we got a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's just a fun place to be around. Everyone just working jokes. That's what it is, really.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There is such this narrative outside of the ship about what Austin comedy is, and it's just really just a bunch of people just doing jokes.
The narrative is only with jealous people. It's not based on any reality. It's not based on people who go there and hang out.
Right. Well, it's always these people who love to talk about Austin, but they don't talk to anyone in Austin. It's there's a bunch of comics willing to hang out and talk to you.
I think I've told you this before, but I have a friend of mine who's somewhat of a philosopher, an online friend. I don't even know what he looks like. We've been going back and forth for years. Mm-hmm. But he warned me about this a long time ago. He said, "You've created a walled garden." And he goes, and you've got all these friends, and you're all supporting each other, and you're all having fun. But there's a lot of people that feel on the outside, and they feel left out of it. And so they're like, fuck those people. That party sucks. It's kind of along those lines. And, if you could find some connections to other negative things, like me and Tony, we have this connection to Trump, and so does Shane. And, there's all sorts of that. Oh, fucking, you got to be a right winger to be. And then the narrative comes up. Oh, you got to tell jokes about fucking trans people. You have to,
Yeah.
You can't be a liberal. You can't be a this. You can't be
Well, that the whole you have to be a right winger. That's to me that's massive projection, because there are these spaces where if you're a right winger in comedy, there's leftist spaces that you just can't be in.
For sure, you'll get pushed out.
Right.
You'll get treated badly. More importantly, whereas at the mothership, that fucking green room, 80% of the time, it's mostly progressive people.
Yeah. Oh, and
mostly
then everyone
left-wing people.
A lot of people, most of the people who work there are mostly left wing.
Yeah.
It's a place where, but because right wing people, I guess, are allowed to be here, or also allowed to be here, it's all of a sudden this right wing Nazi haven.
Well, it's what does that even mean?
Right.
What is right wing? Because you don't think that candidate and what they were doing by storming the fucking gates with illegal immigrants. You don't think that was a good idea? You don't think rampant spending, completely unchecked with no documentation, what's going on in California? You don't think that's a bad thing?
What Tim Walz is doing.
It's so there's so much of it, man. But then it's also what ICE is doing, fucking shooting that lady seems kind of crazy. like grabbing people that happen to be American citizens and fucking dragging them out onto the snow and asking them for their papers. That seems kind of fucking crazy too.
Yeah, that seems insane.
But it's also like they have a crazy job. Like imagine you're an ICE agent. Just imagine what happened. Okay. So we used our sponsor Perplexity the other day and tried to figure out through AI what the exact number is. But when you deep dive, you realize they don't know the number. They really have like an estimate of interactions with illegal immigrants. And it's somewhere around 11 million for 4 years, which is fucking wild. That's 10 Austins.
Okay, yeah.
At least of illegal immigrants were allowed to get in this country, aided to get in this country, and then moved to states. They moved them. They flew them out to certain swing states. Like this is all Mike Benz has documented all this stuff. There's all you can see they gave him EBT cards. Like so, you can imagine two things. One, imagine you're one of those people. You're like, dude, they're asking me to come. This is awesome. Now I'm in America. I'm going to get a good job. I'm going to be able to support my family. And then all of a sudden you have these fucking dudes in bulletproof vests looking for you on the streets.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, I thought you said it was okay. I thought the Red Cross gave me a map. You gave me a fucking cell phone, and now you're hunting me.
Right, now you're just like caught in the crossfire.
But now imagine the ICE agents. Okay. This is your job. Your job is to go out and find these people. And one of the things you get about this, it's like, because there was like a recent clip of mine that got like highlighted where I was criticizing ICE. But one of the things that you don't think about when you're into this is just like regular police interactions. The ones that you see online are the horrible ones. So you think all cops are horrible. What you miss is the millions of interactions that people have with cops, like, how you doing today, sir? Good, sir? How you doing? Can I see your paperwork? Sure, here it is. You in a hurry? I fucked up. I'm late for work. All right, man. Just slow down. Go. Like, all right, thanks, brother. Everything's nice. That happens too. Like, there's nice interactions with cops. There's people that save people from bad guys. It happens all the time. There's people that are thankful that they called the police and they stopped the burglar who was breaking into their fucking mom's house or whatever it is.
Right.
There's so many more of those, but you're not seeing those videos. And so with the ICE thing, what you're only seeing and you're only hearing about American citizens that have been arrested, the lady that got shot, you're hearing about all these negative. What you're not hearing about is the number of violent criminals that they've caught, and it's a lot. It's in the thousands. It's not like thousands of American citizens have been shipped out to other countries. It's like net positive, if you look at it that way. Like see if you can find out how many, because I know there's probably going to be a bunch of various sources that are not totally accurate, but find out like what are the number of violent criminals they've caught since they started doing this.
Well, also there is a question on this is how because I know this is how they recruit some ICE agents. It's just like their ads on local TV, just offering like
they do
a
it on
signing
the UFC.
bonus. Yeah.
During the UFC, there's an ICE ad.
Yeah, and it's like these are just like also regular people. How much training are they really getting?
Right.
Because when you watch the shooting video, you're like, why is the guy shooting also recording with his phone? Like, there's no way. That's like
Maybe
anything you're
for
trained to do.
His own safety, like just to make sure that you could see this lady's unhinged. Is he not wearing a body camera? He's not a cop, right? So
Yeah.
I bet he's not wearing a body camera.
I
bet that's why.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's why he filmed it. And also, that same guy, turns out, was dragged by a car just recently. So, like, he almost lost his life, or someone did try to run him over. He's hanging onto a car for dear life. I think he got
300 feet. He got dragged 300 feet.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
300 feet that's a long way to get dragged.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you 100%.
That's a full football field.
There's a full possibility that you may die. There's no single public record number of violent criminals captured by ICE raids just over the last few months, and available data suggests those cases are a relatively small share of recent ICE arrests and detentions. One analysis, ICE internal data, said that only 5 to 8% of the people booked into ICE detention late 2025 and early fiscal year 2026 had violent or serious property crime convictions. But even if it's 8%, they've gotten rid of 500,000 people already, and then 1.6 million voluntarily deported. So in 500,000 people, 8% is a lot. That's a
Right.
lot of violent criminals. So this is weirdly phrased. As of January 2020, I would say 8% is a lot. Like if you have cancer in 8% of your body, I would say you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're saying, oh, it's only been 8% that are violent criminals, it's a lot. That's a lot of people.
But now the question is, are these 8% and the non-violent people sent to the same place?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you do want the violent criminals out, but then I don't want the non-violent criminals to be sent, or non-violent people who are here to be sent to a prison.
Exactly. It says
You know?
ICE no longer voluntarily publishes detailed case level arrest breakdowns by offense type and independent projects. So imagine if you're a dude from Mexico that just walked up here because
Right.
you wanted a better job, and then they shove you in a prison.
And now, in some prison
And you
in
never
El
did
Salvador.
anything bad your whole life, and now you're in some. Well, the El Salvador thing, are they still doing that?
I don't that I don't know.
That was a bad.
Yeah.
That's bad optics.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of optics with ICE has been terrible.
It says recent enforcement has involved thousands of arrests nationwide, but available analysis consistently indicate that only a small minority of those. Is that in italics? No.
Bold.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Is it?
Maybe. It
Weird,
looks like
right?
it, yeah.
Looks a little funky. No, no, it's not. It's just that's perplexity showing its bias. Small minority of those. That's a tone of those in ICE detention arrested by ICE in late 2025 and early 2026 have violent criminal convictions. Most have no convictions. But when they saying small minority, they indicated previously that that's 8%. That still means a lot of human beings.
Yeah.
That's a lot of violent human beings. Like, if you could sign a piece of paper that said that, we're going to allow a bunch of people into this country, most of them have no violent convictions, but about 8% of them are monsters, evil, sociopathic, murderers, drug dealers. 8% is a giant-ass fucking number.
Right.
That's a giant-ass number.
Right.
The real problem is that they have to do this. This is the real problem because the Democrats did what they did. They did a crazy thing. They opened the border up and told people the border was open and then let people – and then when people tried to stop them from doing it, they used court orders. Like what was that thing they did down in Texas at the border?
Oh, yeah, because Abbott tried to put up some like wall or
And
something
they
like
said,
that.
you can't stop this.
Yeah.
Which is, what do you mean? We can't stop people from breaking the law? Like, what are you saying? There's
Yeah.
a method to stop this and you don't want it stopped?
Right.
Because the dirty secret is the census doesn't count citizens, it counts everybody. It even counts illegals. So if you live in a community that's half illegal aliens, you get way more congressional seats from that district than if you are in a community where all those people don't count. They said that, I think they said that California, if the census did, see if we can find out what the number is, but if the census did not count illegal immigrants in California, I think they would lose a shocking number of seats.
Right.
Which is
Damn.
kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
You're rigging politics by moving humans into place.
Yeah, well, you gotta do something, and it's something that no one really talks about a lot is like the Democrats. Every single minority group shifted right in 2024.
Right.
Every single one, and no one really is like actually trying to figure out why that's happening. They're like, well, if we just import more people, we can overcome that deficit.
But they could. They could. If it was successful, they could overwhelm the political process. They could make it just like it's California forever, where you get half the people are like massively disgruntled and so confused about the politics, but they're stuck there. And that would be the whole country. It would essentially be that kind of a thing. And then they do what they do in England and what they do in Canada is they slowly start clamping down on your rights.
Right.
And England starts arresting people for social media posts.
Well, I hopefully that the free speech stuff is so ingrained in who we are as a people, because England, like at the end of the day, it's not like that country was built on that principle.
This says that they would only lose 2 House seats. It says California would lose. I called it Canada.
Yeah.
It was like some Freudian. Would lose an order of 1 to 2 House seats if possible. If people in the state without legal status were not counted in the census used for appointment based on recent expert simulations. All right. What's that?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, how many illegals are in California? Let's find that out. Like, what is the estimated number? Put that in there, Jamie. What's the estimated number of illegals in California? I don't know where I'd be without this kind of shit.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm so hooked on using like Perplexity for any question I have all throughout the day. It's like my smart friend.
It's like better Wikipedia because it can really you can use it as like.
Way better than Wikipedia.
Yeah, because you can ask it
scans
questions.
the entire internet. And sometimes it does catch some bullshit articles in there and says it might be this. And you're like, wait a minute, what? Let me go to that article. That might be bullshit. Because it's only pulling from the internet, right?
Undocumented 2.8 million in 2007. That would be around 2 seats, right? Because there's like 30 million in California.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a difference. And then you do the same thing in Seattle. You do the same thing in wherever, places you have massive numbers of undocumented people. Ohio is a big one. This is one of the reasons why they had this thing where, like, why are there so many Haitians in Ohio? Well, what do you think? Think they just decided Ohio's a spot and they all had a group WhatsApp chat and they all went there? No, probably somebody's moving them there because it's a swing state.
It was funny when the Somalian thing when Waltz was like, this is white supremacy.
It was crazy.
And it's like, hey, but then who's the most supreme white man in the state? Governor?
You bitch.
Yeah. Like, that's a crazy Freudian slip.
But it's also like, what a crazy attempt at misdirection. White men commit most of the crimes.
Yeah, I think I told you, that's part of the reason why I think, like, minority groups are shifting away, because it's like, one, I don't think that's something, the whole victimhood mentality, that's not something that minority groups really experience or, like, value. Especially
not minority groups that are immigrants that are in the middle of the hustle. Like,
right.
We got to go to work.
Like, we got to overcome. That's the whole point.
Yes.
Regardless of the hand you're dealt, you got to just play it and overcome. Yes. And so that victimhood mentality really kind of pushes people away from the left, I think, in that manner. And then, like, when Biden was like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. It's like, that's kind of how they... That's kind of how they view the minority vote. It's a hostage vote. It's like, vote for us or else.
Yeah.
It's like, no one likes that energy coming towards them. And they'll lash out and go in a different direction.
Such a wild thing to say.
I mean, unbelievably funny. Unbelievably funny. Man.
It's just, I can't believe he fucking said it. He's so and he said it with that fucking crazy pulled back face. And it's like, this is madness. That whatever they did to him to make him try to look younger, which doesn't work, kids.
No.
Doesn't work.
Oh my God, all that.
We know what you used to look like. You're on TV all the time, and all of a sudden you have a completely different face. Like, your face is different. Like, everything's pulled back and it doesn't look like anybody normal that's 80 years old.
No, all plastic surgery ages, like, you look like an alien when you're old. There's just no way around it. I don't know who lip fillers are for, because I don't know any guy who's like, yeah, I like that look, like, that much. But it's crazy how they age.
The facial fillers are crazy too, because sometimes those things become a problem, and then you got to get them removed. And
well, now they're doing that buccal fat thing, where they look like ghouls afterwards.
Why would they do that? Why would they take fat out of their face? Like, fat in your face is what makes you look youthful. What are those ladies going to look like when they hit their 60s?
No, they're going to look like ghosts.
Maybe.
Because their face will be all sunken in.
By the time they're 60, I think medicine is going to be at a level where they're going to be able to reverse aging. They're pretty close to being able to do that.
Damn.
They've already done some stuff with mice, and they've done some stuff where they're understanding, like, what genes are causing you to have these problems, what things can be done to mitigate it. And they're treating aging not like an inevitable aspect of life, but as like a disease that you get over time.
Right.
Instead of, like, accepting the fact that your body's going to age at a very specific rate, and then when you're 60, it's going to suck. When you're 70, it'll suck worse. Instead, it's like, what's causing that? Let's reverse what's causing it. And, essentially, if you can do that, and I think they can. If they can't do it now, they're going to be able to do it. Whoa.
Jesus.
What happened? Okay, but this is like day one. This lady just had surgery.
This popped up on my feed a few times.
She's 69, almost 70. Holy shit. That lady does not look even close to 69 or 70.
Yeah,
is that true,
kind
though?
of uncanny.
Is that true? Is that Dr. Crazy? He's making it up. She's like, I'm fucking 40, you asshole.
It just feels like one of those human dolls.
What did she look like before?
There you go.
There you go. There's the before.
Whoa,
Good
that's the
God.
same lady? Bro, that's crazy. You could pick her up at a bar, and then you're like, why do you smell old?
God, that's crazy.
You got that old people smell.
Yeah, the mothball
just
smell.
sprayed perfume all over their body.
Oh.
I remember there was this episode of that show Autopsy. Did you ever see that show Autopsy? There's this guy Michael Baden, and he's a famous forensic scientist that like examines cases and says this is actually a murder, and he catches people. And one of them was this guy who was really crazy, and his wife died. I don't know if it was his wife or a lady he knew died. I forget the circumstances, but he kept the corpse in his house and had fashioned some kind of an artificial vagina that he attached to the corpse, and then had cases of perfume. And so apparently he just kept fucking it.
Is this like an older story?
Yeah,
it's like some Cuban doctor, and it was like some girl he fell in love with, and then she died. Yes,
right.
yeah.
Right. But it wasn't his wife, right?
No, it was like in a plaster case thing, and it was yeah.
And
people
then
are fucking crazy.
It had a mask on it, so it was like a corpse that was like years old with a mask on it and an artificial vagina and cases of perfume. So this guy's just fucking covering this thing perfuming, getting his fuck on. Yeah. Jamie just
You gotta find the picture of it.
He even inserted a paper tube into her decrepit corpse to serve as a vagina for making love. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the fake vagina. I think it was, it was like something he made. Like he made something.
Dude,
he made a thing to fuck.
People go through lengths to get their rocks off. That's crazy. That's like ingenuity. That's like, man, if you had that energy towards anything positive,
you could get to Mars.
yeah, you can figure stuff out.
Find us a photo of the corpse.
There we go.
Yeah. So this.
Oh no, that's Carl Tanzler. That's a different guy.
But it's a different one.
But he did the same thing.
Oh God.
Yeah. Key West.
Same thing. Secretly took her body, or used French plaster to preserve her skin, rigged wires and hangers to support her skeleton, and then pumped a continuous stream of perfume to mask the stench of the scent of decay. Disturbing arrangement continued for 7 years till it was finally discovered by her sister. Oh, God.
What a horror story that is.
Oh, God. You find your sister's body, and there's a continual stream of perfume to keep people from knowing there's a rotted body up there.
Oh, God.
And he did it for years. God, men are fucked.
Well, yeah. Well, and any sort of like weird predator will end up in that situation where they can do their thing, right? So like if you like fuck dead bodies, you're gonna be in a corpse. Like same thing. Like there's like female pedophiles just become middle school teachers.
That was in the 30s.
That's what they do.
Jeez. Carl Tanzler. Oh, God. And that's Dr. Michael Baden, the HBO show. That show is awesome, man.
Oh, and he did Epstein's autopsy.
Yeah, he did. He's one of the ones that said that the wounds were consistent with ligature strangulation, not with hanging.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
So I recorded my special on the 25th of October, and I have a bunch of Epstein jokes in there. And in the meantime, they said they released the files, and I was like, oh no, but they still haven't released them. And I was like, oh, thank God, the jokes still work. I was like, oh my God, thank God, because I have like at least 2 separate times where I bring them up because it was even bigger back then.
Well, it's going to go on for a long time, I suspect. I mean, they said they released them, but what did they release?
No, they're still not all out yet.
But what did they release?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. The whole thing's weird.
It reminds me of that Onion article where they're like, oh, CIA realizes they've been using a black highlighter this entire time. Like, it's like that. It's like, oh, okay, you just blacked out pages.
Redacted the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what did they release? Did they release something recently?
No, they haven't released anything in a minute. They had that initial release where everything was blacked out, and it was that picture of Winnie the Pooh, which was hilarious.
But isn't there talk about some new releases that are happening soon?
Have they? It feels like everything's been drowned out by everything else been going on with like the Somalians and the ICE shooting. It feels like that's completely drowned out anything about it.
I think some of that's on purpose.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 27 minutes ago, update story. A federal judge blocked the effort to force the release of more files.
Oh.
Trying to get that off there.
Okay. The federal judge, we said it a little bit wrong. It's the federal judge blocked the lawmakers' effort to force the DOJ to release the Epstein file. So they're trying to force the DOJ.
They already were forced to. They've missed deadlines.
And a federal judge blocked them from forcing them to release it. So a federal judge said, no, you can't force them to release it, even though you campaigned on it.
Yeah.
Even though you ran on it, even though you stood outside of that courthouse with a bunch of binders, we've got it.
Got him.
He said that he ruled that he lacks jurisdiction to appoint an outside expert to ensure.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, that's a little different. So the federal judge Wednesday ruled that he lacks jurisdiction to appoint an outside expert to ensure the Justice Department complies with a law that makes all files pertaining to the prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein available for public view. Okay, that's different.
Yeah, but still, the law chess that they play to make sure it still can't come out is pretty crazy impressive. But I don't have the jurisdiction. Or,
but if you're a federal judge, you can't step outside of your boundaries.
Is that don't they kind of just do that sometimes though?
Yeah, but it's not. You're not supposed to. Well, just because some of them are unethical or some of them.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't understand all this, so I'm going to be charitable about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be charitable about it, but I just don't understand how anybody can go to jail for sex trafficking when you don't have anybody they sex traffic to.
Right.
Like, that don't make any sense. Like, if I was Ghislaine's lawyer, I'd be like, to who? To who? Like, how did he not do that? Like, you want to tell me there's some sort of a compromised trial. How do you not have a lawyer that goes, who did she sex traffic to?
Right. That's clearly there's some sort of backdoor deal that was like, hey,
because you
spend this time in jail and we won't kill you.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Or also, she's working with them.
Right.
How do you?
That too,
How do you have? I mean, in any way, shape, or form, how do you have a person convicted of a crime when there's like, especially that kind of a crime, where there's a person that hires you or gives you money or that you use to get influence from, and then you sex traffic to them? So there's another person involved, and that other person is completely eliminated from the trial because what? Because they're billionaires? Because they're heads of state? Like,
they're powerful enough.
Prominent scientists? What is going? Like, how is that okay? That doesn't even make sense that you could get through a whole trial like that.
Yeah, but I think that's just I was saying this earlier. I think this is just a function of government. These like intense like blackmail sex rings that everyone just kind of gets away with it.
Well, yeah, it seems like
it
that's
just
how
happens over and over again.
But it's like, look at it this way: like, imagine if you were selling hash,
right?
And you had like pounds and pounds of hash at your house, and you've been selling hash, and you got caught selling hash. They charge you with distribution, and you're like, okay, but distributed to who? Because you're only selling to like rich, famous people.
Right.
You're only selling to like heads of J.P. Morgan. You're selling all your hash to those guys. And they're like, well, who did he sell the hash to? Nobody. Somebody bought $100 million worth of hash, and there's nobody? You have no person? That doesn't make any sense. There's no crime. So he didn't really sell it. You could say he possesses it, but maybe intent to distribute. But if you want to get him for actual distribution and selling of hash, he's got to sell it to somebody.
Man.
At least an undercover agent.
Right. But like in this situation, it's like, did we ever really think anyone was really going to go to jail for this?
I feel like with continual constant pressure, it has to slowly leak out.
Man, I wish I was that optimistic about it. They've done a good job of keeping the names out of the press even after they said they would leak them.
It says here, FBI and DOJ records from 2019 reference about 10 individuals described as an alleged Epstein co-conspirators, including Maxwell and French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, who died in French custody in 2022.
That's a way to get out of it, too. Be like, oh, she sold it to a dead guy.
Yeah, but it's also, this is not saying that sold it to them. They're co-conspirators. So they were probably involved in facilitating. They were probably involved in acquiring these girls, making connections, because that guy owned a modeling agency. So he's a modeling agent. Right. So that guy's getting him girls. So he's a co-conspirator. It's not saying that he was John. You know, he was a John that was getting the girls. He was a co-conspirator. So there's at least 10 individuals who are also, which makes sense. If you have this giant blackmail ring, it's not going to be like one guy.
Right. I also found it funny, the whole, Mark Epstein guy, his just brother came out of nowhere. for like a little bit.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fuck this.
It's like, wait, first of all, what do you mean a brother that just knows everything that happened? Because he came out and said that wasn't like the email that was like, oh, Trump sucked Clinton's dick.
Yeah.
He was like, no, Bubba wasn't Clinton. But you didn't say he didn't suck someone's dick. You just were like, it wasn't Clinton.
Trump sucked some guy named Bubba's dick. Some truck driver.
Yeah.
What were you just
and
showing
then
us?
he disappeared.
That a few of those people were protected by the 2008 non-prosecution agreement. His original federal prosecution.
That's a little slap on the wrist protected a bunch of people.
Right.
And so they continue to be protected? Is that the idea?
That's where I don't know if anybody knows if they wanna dig
Nothing's
into
better
that.
in law than a technicality, huh?
That's a slippery one. So what did Epstein's brother wind up saying?
He said it wasn't Bubba, and then which implied that he knew exactly what was going on the island the whole time, and is just out and about.
But he's still saying that Trump sucked someone's dick? That's
yeah. Yeah. And then he just straight up disappeared. I was like, where the fuck did he go? We just learned about him.
Man, I believe a lot of things. I do not believe Trump sucks someone's dick. Because he doesn't do drugs. You know what I mean? When Charlie Sheen was saying he sucked some guy's dick, like, okay, Charlie was doing so much crack. He was out of his fucking mind.
I feel like that level of power is a drug at that point.
I mean, maybe. I don't think so. I don't know.
It's a very
I don't
fun
think it's
world
going
to
to get a
believe
guy
that he
like
did.
Trump to suck a dick. It just doesn't seem. That's a guy who's fucked up on drugs. That's like when Diddy was doing it. They were all doing drugs. It's a drug thing, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're a gay man, it's a drug thing to go around sucking dick. So we're assuming that Trump's been hiding the gay the entire. Not a chance in hell.
That'd be the most impressive hide of all time.
Also, why would he do that?
Yeah, there's no reason.
If you're open and you're gay, you side with the fucking Democrats. Like that's the move. You could probably do all the exact same things when you get into office.
Right.
It's all horseshit.
I tried a follow-up question, and it does not know
Who's in charge of Epstein's estate?
It's thinking. Look at it thinking.
Your laptop's about to blow up. I would stop.
Bro, fucking drones about to hit the building. The mothership's gonna be on fire tonight when we get there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man, it's so funny. It's like it's an attempted cover-up of corruption that would have been successful in the 70s.
Right.
Right? If they had pulled this shit off in the 70s or the 80s, gone.
Well, it's the whole Franklin scandal.
Sure.
Yeah, they killed that reporter.
yes.
They killed that reporter. There was definitely some
Yep.
underage sexual thing going on there, and they were like, dead. You and your son. That's what you get for fucking around.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
kill both of you.
Tucker's talked about this, and a few other people have talked about this. There's a bunch of secretly gay politicians.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's probably a bunch of secret pedophiles as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
For sure.
There's definitely, I pulled that once on Bottom of the Barrel, just secretly gay Republicans. That was my thing. And then I was like, can you imagine how good that sex feels? Especially after you spent all day being like, it's bad, it's wrong.
Yeah,
and then that sex is extra hot. Because you're going against God and your party at one time.
Some twink with his Converse on. You're fucking
Yeah.
but yeah.
And then you go back and be like, family value. Like that level of...
I think there's
Fuckery.
a lot of them that are putting on a show. A lot of them. They're putting on an act, and you're never going to get to know who they really are. And that's why when something comes out, it's like shocking. Like, oh!
Right.
Because they're all fucking weirdos. They're all weirdos. You have to be a weirdo to want to run the... Or you have to be like this amazing person. Like, it's two options. You have to be Gandhi or you have to be a weirdo. You know what I mean?
And speaking of pedophiles, we had a Speaker of the House that was a pedophile for like 8 years.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
A real one.
A real deal
one.
pedophile.
A real deal convicted pedophile.
What was his name again?
Hastert?
I think might have been Hastert.
I think so.
I feel like we should look that up. So
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
look that up.
I don't want to be like,
Look
oh,
that up.
Hastert was like a nice guy and we're calling him a pedophile. But Speaker of the House.
He was involved in a very big scandal of it, right?
Yeah, Dennis Hastert. Yeah.
Yes.
It was like some Sandusky shit. It was at a school that he was teaching at.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Allegations that Scroll up a little bit. Sorry, Senate candidate Roy Moore spent his 30s dating, propositioning, and sexually assaulting high school-aged girls was shocking, but not without precedent. There have been plenty of congressmen who carried on sexual relationships with teenagers, from Thomas Jefferson. That was back when people died when they were 18.
Yeah.
Strom Thurmond, perhaps more dastardly Illinois Rep Dennis Hastert served as Speaker of the House from 1999 to 2007.
And a little further down, it says, an additional city agreed that Hastert sodomized a 4th grade boy in a school bathroom and threatened him if he reported assault. That's like Sandusky stuff.
Jesus Christ. Since the statute of limitation had expired on these crimes, Hastert was instead convicted of evading bank reporting requirements in order to secretly pay off his victims.
That's so funny.
He served 15 months in prison. That's it. Holy shit.
That's so crazy to pay off your victims and not do it in cash. What a
lot of money.
Yeah, that's
Probably
a lot of money. That's fair.
I bet it was quite a bit of money. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, and just
so if
Speaker
there's
of the House.
one kid that got a 4th grade boy in a school bathroom, how many more did he do that to? How many just don't want the shame of it coming out publicly? How many guys are struggling with it right now? They're 35 years old. They don't want to tell that story.
Right.
That ruined their life because the Speaker of the House fucked them.
Crazy.
And he's not alone,
No.
right?
No.
That's the Franklin scandal,
And
right?
there's no way that wasn't uncovered beforehand by people. Just
Right.
the way the political machine works. But that's like sort of like, you get me for this, I'll get you for this, so you keep that under wraps. You just have that in your back pocket.
I think it's just part of that game that they play.
Oh, for sure.
It's like Game of Thrones.
For sure. It's definitely
It
a part.
really is. It really is like Game of Thrones. It's
Just whorehouses and like
and
they
also
try to get
House
you on.
of Cards, right? It sucks that Kevin Spacey got busted because that show ruled.
I know, right? But it's so funny because thinking back on it, like if you looked at movies, my genuine take before he got busted for this is he plays the greatest villains.
Yes,
He's like the greatest villain actor of all time.
he's the greatest creep. Mm-hmm. He's like a brilliant creep, like with darkness behind his eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then can turn it on the charm, that southern charm for the camera. How about when he did that fucking weird video in front of the fireplace?
Oh, dude.
Like
Dude.
in character,
Right after-
kill him with kindness.
Right after the witness to his case died, like another witness to his case died.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, dude, people were dropping her like flies around Spacey.
Bro.
Crazy. Real deal villain shit.
Acting out the literal plot lines as the character, being the character while he's tending the fire.
Goes to show you can still be he's still a genius artist.
Amazing.
Yeah, just like a
Amazing.
wow.
And in any other
Crazy.
time,
Yeah.
he would have never gotten caught.
Yeah, that's just how the machine worked. You know?
I mean, he's just one of those guys that got an immense amount of power, and he was just a dick grabber. Like, give me that dick. And I bet a lot of guys were like, okay. That's the problem with wild pitches. You know, you fucking swing at every pitch. You're going to hit a few.
Right.
You know, but he's probably, you know, for all these guys that he grabbed dicks and said, oh, you know, probably drunk, probably fucked up. How many guys, like, let him suck their dick? A lot, I bet. I bet it was an effective strategy.
Right, especially for famous in Hollywood.
If he did it to gay guys. But he was like the one guy that the story broke was a young teenager, right? Was he like 14 or something like that?
Yeah,
And they were working together or something like that?
it was definitely a minor.
But it's also like, why is that teenager at a minor with a bunch of drunk gay guys? Like, hey, where's your dad? You know, the fuck is going on? What are you doing there? But it's, you know, it's not excusing him for doing it. The thing about people in the gay community is they look very differently at gay teenage boy men relationships than we do at like teenage girl men relationships. They look at it very differently. Like Milo got in trouble for that. Is Milo on my podcast was talking about this guy that molested him. He was like, "Trust me, I was the predator."
Right.
That's what he said. I'm like, that's a crazy thing to say, but they look at it differently. You know?
Yeah. That's I remember someone was I was living in LA and we had this gay dude who was sleeping on the we had a bed in the living room for guests to stay over. So he like lived there for like 2 months, and we were watching Call Me by Your Name, and it's like
What is that?
It's Armie Hammer and maybe it's Chalamet. I forgot. I was in and out. My roommates were watching it, but it's like about a gay story between an older man and a younger boy, and he said this read like he was watching it like, oh, this reads like a fan fiction of an older gay dude being in love with like a younger gay guy. Yeah, it's like I remember that. I remember him telling us that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because we think very differently of like a high school football player that winds up banging a really hot science teacher.
Yeah.
You know, you're not mad. You're just like, this is crazy. That lady's crazy. She's 35. She's got 2 kids. She fucks a 17-year-old boy in the bathroom. Like,
yeah. That's I said that earlier. Female pedophiles become teachers. That is what they do. They find the way.
It's very, very, very different than the scenario of like the football coach that's banging the cheerleader. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
that
way
makes
darker.
you want to lynch him.
Yeah. That's
Isn't that
way
weird?
grosser.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah, it's like, with every time there's a South Park episode about it. Every time you hear that story about, you know, the older teacher fucking the young boy, every guy's kind of like, nice.
Yeah. Well, you know how the best joke about it was Zach Galifianakis? He said, "Do you hear the boy died?" Yeah, his friends high-fived him to death.
Man, that live at the Purple Onion.
Oh, fantastic!
That was a fucking
special.
great special.
What is he doing these days?
I have no idea. He was on that show for a while on FX Baskets. That was really good about the clown. Louis Anderson won the Emmy on it.
He owns a farm somewhere. He has like a farm. I think he's very smart. Have you ever talked to him?
I've never met him. I've never. The only time I saw him live was at Brody's Memorial.
Yeah, he was real tight with Brody. He is one of the ways that I found out that Brody was off his meds. He contacted me do you remember that one time when Brody got real kind of like almost aggressive, crazy, and was like yelling at people in the audience sometimes, and it got weird. It wasn't like performance arty anymore. It was like, what's happening with Brody? And then he got back and he like bounced it out. But Brody had like a legit problem. Whatever it was, whatever his mental health issue was, like he needed medication. Like he was legit crazy. And Zach contacted me and said, it seems like Brody's off his meds, so just don't engage with him.
Damn.
It's like,
Damn.
So it's like you got to kind of figure out a way to corral him, get him back on his stuff, and.
But man, when he was in that main room, and that what was left of the crowd was rocking with him,
bro.
it was just so much fun just watching him play drums.
He came into the Improv one night. We were doing a later show, so it was like a 10 o'clock show, and he was on late. And the show was kind of petering out, you know how it does. And at the time, it was probably like about half full. And then, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brody Stevens. Brody takes his shirt off and starts swinging it around in the air like a flag. He goes through the crowd. Let's go! Energy! And like he just gets everybody fired up. He immediately breaks out the drumsticks, starts fucking drumming on the seat, and then starts telling jokes and just changed the whole tempo of the room. Like everything lit up. It was awesome. It was like, that's what Brody can do. Just with pure charisma and talent and just personality.
And anytime I see a person in the audience like this, all arms crossed, negative. That's all I can think. That's all I can think. It's like, wow, you are giving me negative energy right now for no reason. For no reason. You're at a show. Come and enjoy it. You know, especially when you see it, because I cold open a lot, you see it like you see people be like, why'd you come here? Like, impress me. Like, you're already here. Just enjoy
It
the
takes a
energy.
while sometimes for people to loosen up. You have the hardest job when we do those Joe Rogan and Friends shows and you cold open. I've only cold opened a few times over the last few years.
Yeah.
Or over the last 10 years. It's hard. You got to hypnotize those people. You got to slowly work your way into the rhythm of jokes.
Oh yeah, you have to sort of like I like it because it's energy matching. Like you have to find out where they are, catch onto them, and then bring them to the energy that you want.
You know who's really good at it?
Yeah.
Hans Kim.
Oh yeah.
Really good at it.
Well, it's just straight jokes.
It's just straight jokes, and he's funny looking. You know, like he's got a big smile on his face, like he's having fun. You kind of get into his groove real quick. And, you know, he did so many arenas with me and so many big places. And he was the perfect guy because he would just go, let me tell you something about myself. You know? And then right away, he would take control of the room. It was awesome.
Derek's great at bringing him into. It's fun watching. Yeah. It's fun watching the different people, like their different cold open strategies.
Yeah, Deric is just like getting everybody fired up, and excitement, and he's so lovable. You know, he's got so much charisma.
Right. Yeah, but the cold opening for as long as as I have done, and my career even pre this club, it made me, I feel like, so much stronger. Because like almost like running with ankle weights on. And then now, like leading up to me releasing the Too Soon, I was like, all these spots I was getting at the end of the shows, this is all material that I tested at the beginning of Rogan and Friends, which, especially at the beginning of the club, a lot of people were like, wait, you're not Rogan talking to a friend. Like, they thought they were coming to a live podcast, but it took a while before the shows were like, oh yeah, this is a stand-up show. So
really?
Yeah,
you think people thought it was going to be a podcast?
At the very beginning, there were some episodes where you had to like introduce the concept of this is going to be stand-up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now it's not like that, but like at the very beginning, it for sure was. But like it was like I felt my material was like battle tested.
Well, it certainly is. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the running with weights is a great analogy because I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it makes the jokes so much stronger.
You know what else is really good for your act is hosting.
Yeah.
Because you go up so often. Like, one of the things that really helped a lot of guys at the store was hosting potluck. Because, you have to, there's all this chaos. Someone just bombed. Something crazy just happened. Someone just did something completely fucking insane. You have a chance to make fun of it.
Reset the room.
And there's a comfort level that comes out. Because you're essentially doing stand-up from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yes. Yeah, when I first started doing, when I lived first was a door guy in Hollywood, Deric was booking the Madhouse, and I would come down and host the weekend shows. So every day I'd host every weekend, or 2 weekends a month, I would host from 5 to 2 in the morning, because you'd host the open mic afterward. And you just host the entire night. It's a full day's worth of hosting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like, it's because the opening spots suck, but like they make you better. It's the ones that suck that make you better.
It's definitely, well, you realize like where the sloppy parts of your bits are, where like you're saying them, you're like, ew.
Right.
Like it gets you, you're like, ooh.
Right.
Like, whereas when the crowd's popping and they're laughing at everything they want to laugh, you can get that through and it'll actually get a laugh. But then when like it's quiet and it's the beginning of the show, you realize, oh, this bit sucks.
Right. Like,
I got to bring this bit to the garage.
Yeah. I gotta not put it up front. What was I thinking?
I got to tighten this motherfucker up. But it's, there's plenty of other spots. That's the beautiful thing. I mean, we're running 4 shows a night, every night. And and
there's so much around the scene. There's so much. I was telling someone in LA, it's like, oh, if I chose not to get up 10 spots in front of an audience member in a week at the very least, then I chose that because it's so easy to just go out and get spots.
There's so
with
many spots.
People and like there's around in downtown alone, there's like 12 dedicated comedy rooms. It's insane.
Did you see? Was it Rappaport that got kicked off of a show at Cap City? They canceled his show.
They canceled Rappaport.
And let me see what the post was, because they said something like there's another big club that will have you or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, are they insinuating that we would have him and that he's racist and we would have him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They assume the mothership is full of racist people.
They don't.
Yeah, people do.
But the guy that owns that is the guy that owns Helium.
Yeah, but no, not just that. I think that's pervasive around comedy for sure.
It's nonsense. They're pretending they think that. There's no way they think that. If you just look at the lineup, there's
no one's looking at the lineup. They're really like, oh, Joe and Tony support Trump, so this must be filled with racist people. That's what it is.
What did they say? Can you pull up the?
Yeah, it has to. I mean,
I think they phrased it in an interesting way. So, Austin for Palestine Coalition.
That's a Rappaport. Is pretty funny.
That's a Rappaport.
That's actually pretty funny.
He's done canceled. Thank you, Cap City Comedy and Helium Management, for listening to Austin and canceling the racist provocateur Michael Rappaport's show at your establishment. And so,
hey, Michael Rappaport, make sure. Yeah. That's the caption is like. But there's another club insinuating that we would take. But
what is this? This is just Austin Comedy. That's just someone's account.
It's just someone's account. Yeah, that's
right.
When I first moved here. That's how I figured out where all the open mics and shows were.
They're not even accusing us. It says pretty sure there's another club or large venue space that will welcome you, that aren't run by Helium. So, but there's a lot of places that's not necessarily they're saying us. If you still want to make a stop in Austin, just let them know. Most of us here are friendly and won't use politics and hate to cancel silence performers. So that seems like they're kind of saying, like, hey, Michael, come do another spot. Do it somewhere else. I don't think they're accusing him of that.
Right.
Right? That sounds more supportive of him coming here and saying most of us are friendly and won't use politics and hate to cancel and silence performance. So that's not helium saying that.
I guess is he like, I guess he's outspokenly pro-Israel for this to happen.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to that dude because I feel like a lot of it is needy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like trying to get attention too hard.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
he's like, I get you. He's not a dumb guy. He's got some really good points. But the problem is if you try too hard and you're doing it all the time, then the good points miss me.
Right.
They miss me because you're already connected to all that other silly shit.
They're just lost in the sea
Yeah.
of like, yeah.
Which is good and bad depending on whether or not you want to be taken seriously. Right? I don't want to be taken seriously. So, like, if I do UFO shows or Bigfoot shows, like, good.
Right.
Oh, he believes in dragons. Good. Good. Don't take me seriously.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about something like Israel and Palestine, I guess, because it said something citizens for Palestine. Like,
Yeah, it had to have been. They're not canceling. The Coalition for Palestine is not going out of their way.
I had no idea anybody was calling Michael Rappaport racist.
Oh, well, yeah. This is the
you?
first Michael Rappaport news I've heard in years, if I'm going to be honest.
I had no idea that like there was an organized campaign to stop his shows.
There must be. If it's happening here, it's happening everywhere, right?
Has to be. Okay. Since early November, our coalition sent several emails. That's all it took. No, it says they were ignored. While employees had privately shared that they're uncomfortable. Oh, they privately shared that. With anti-Palestinian hate monger Rappaport being hosted, management seems unwilling to listen to their community. That's not necessarily their community. That's just some people in the community. Rappaport isn't just a fanatical Zionist with political views we disagree with. He's a racist who cruelly mocks dead civilians and children. He mocks immigrants and supports ICE detentions of people whose viewpoints he dislikes. Additionally, he has a reputation for being generally disliked by people he's worked with, doxing his political opponents, and has been accused of working with Fox News to spread fake propaganda. Okay, this is like a lot.
Yeah,
Who wrote this?
Austin for Palestine Coalition. So maybe it's just in Austin. Oh, yeah, that's it. Austin for, yeah. And then they got him out of Cap City.
Yeah. But so what did they go back up at the top of that thing? What is the original? That's it. No. The original thing that I read. It said he's mocked. He's a racist who cruelly mocks dead civilians and children. Is that true? I don't think that's true.
We'd have to go through his.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you say something like that.
Yeah. You just have to take that for face value that he does that if you want to believe that.
I've never seen anything like that. I would imagine that if he did something like that, it would go viral, right?
Maybe not.
Mocking dead children?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe probably.
In this day and age?
Yeah. If he's famous enough for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
In
Yeah.
this
If he was
day and
straight up
age,
mocking.
If you're mocking dead children, look at the people that mocked Charlie Kirk. The fucking hate came strong.
Oh yeah. They all like lost their jobs.
They
And,
felt the heat.
Yeah.
They felt the
Immediately.
heat. Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun. Like the internet makes people very comfortable with putting their initial emotional reaction out for everyone to see, and it's like something that Deric talks about. It's like we got to go back to the times when like people were like, "Oh, you can't post yourself with a red cup." Because like a job might see that and you won't get the job. Like that used to be.
You drink it.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, that used to be like, and
right.
now people are like just full on sketches of like people dying and like you see so many people die just constantly too. So it's like everyone's just desensitized to everything.
There's a lot of desensitization, but there's a lot of people that also live in these echo chambers, and they think when they say things like, well, who was that one lady that she was a CEO somewhere? She had a very high level position somewhere, and she posted on her Instagram story, I think, something like that. She posted "Rest in Piss, Charlie Kirk."
Right.
Like you're a regular person with a real job.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a guy who got murdered and you just wrote "rest in piss" on the internet because in their bubble they were saying that kind of stuff and they thought it was a cool thing to say.
Yeah, your algorithm is so designed to just show you what things that agree with you.
Right.
So everyone gets more and more like, oh, everyone believes this. Because everyone around me or everyone I perceive to be around me believes that. And when really it's all like half of it's fake. Mm-hmm. Most of it is just some Pakistani guy.
Right.
Yeah, somewhere with like a million
phones.
phones.
The new AI where you
it's
can
just constant.
No. The new one where you can be any celebrity and it looks exactly like that celebrity. So all your movements, you could be like, Mike from Stranger Things.
Damn.
And it's super accurate.
Damn.
Like crazy
We're
accurate.
getting to the point where, like, surveillance videos won't be admissible in court. Like, it's
Right.
gonna be
Right.
up to there.
It'll all have to be on the blockchain. But even that, like, I don't understand the blockchain.
Yeah.
Do you? Who,
No.
who knows if
Who
that
knows?
can be manipulated?
Yeah.
See if you can find that video of, because there was one performer who did a series of different people from Stranger Things. He did like Elle from Stranger Things and Mike from and it's fucking nuts. It's the same person just moving their hands around and talking,
Right.
and they look exactly like the other person.
Right. So now you're seeing heavily manipulated content. Like, you, unless you go out of your way to look for another opinion, you're just going to become entrenched in your own opinion. That's sort of the problem with what's happening right now. Is like,
Or entrenched in the opinion that they want
that
to
they
promote.
want. Yes, they want to promote. You're just sort of like, oh, you're just being fed this constant line of like bullshit. You got to do some like algorithm cleanses. That's what, like, fuck, like, you know how like, you go on juice cleanses. You got to do that with your algorithm. You
Well,
gotta,
I think honestly, what you got to do is stay offline.
yeah.
You're gonna get got no matter what. Your algorithm is eventually gonna catch you again. It's like I'm gonna do a little heroin this time, and then next thing you know, you're a full-on heroin junkie again.
Right, right.
But for me, it's like there's so many videos of people getting killed by alligators and lions that are fake, and they just look a little off. Like the lion jumps in the car and pulls them out. You're like, no. You're like, something's wrong with this.
The
Like,
way people react right now, the reactions of people in the background don't match.
Right.
That's what's, because it used to be you could see the fingers and the fingers would be all fucked up, but they got the fingers pretty down now. They're getting better at that. Now it's like you got to look in if the people in the background aren't reacting, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like if I was, people in the background would react to a guy getting eaten by a lion.
I guess they could probably fix that though with a prompt.
Well, that'll
Have
do the
everybody in
next generation.
Background scatter.
That's
I don't
the
even think
next
it's the next
generation.
generation. I think it's just you got to just ask it do a better version. Keep correcting it, asking it to do better.
Kind of.
fix
But
this, fix that.
Have you ever done that with a video where you asked it to keep fixing things? It
No.
gets overloaded and it just gets worse and worse and worse. If you ask it to fix it's not good at making an edit on the video you already have.
Oh.
So you can be like, let's say it'll just generate another thing, and because it's making a video about a video, everything gets fucked up.
Look at this.
Holy shit.
This is crazy, dude.
That one looks kind of AI, but this is like
That
a lot
looks
of
a little AI too.
That looks a little AI too.
A little smooth in the face. You know, so it's probably better for. Do it again. Run it again from the beginning.
So the first couple ones might get you. It's when one seems like obviously really fake.
You know what the thing is too? I think it's
Maybe a
really
little that.
good with young people. Like him, it looks fake for some reason.
Yeah, when it
He
got
looks
there.
fake. Yeah.
But then you realize they all look fake after you see one that looks fake.
But not that fake.
No.
It's just if they did the lighting a little better, you know, it looks a little too bright.
I wonder if our perception, because the first three look real. I wonder if our perception would change if they put the one of the guy that looks fake first. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know because this one looks real. Like that looks like her. Like if you just had that one and
Yes.
had her saying a bunch of things, I would think it's her saying a bunch of things.
oof, that's fucking crazy.
We're fucked.
We're fucked.
We're fucked, man. Anybody who doesn't think we're fucked isn't paying attention. It's gonna get super weird.
Yeah.
And how much of that are they gonna use on us in the news? You know?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the news is already fucked. But it's like I was thinking about this the other day. How it's crazy that because our algorithms are so different. I think this is why everyone gets so charged over news things now. News is the only thing we have in common anymore. Like, there's not really a show that, like, everyone's watching or, like, a set of shows that everyone's watching. Your algorithm sends you things that you like, so you're completely disconnected entertainment-wise to the people around you. And the only thing you really have in common is what's going on in the world.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that's consistent.
And your opinions on it. What
Yes.
side are you on?
Yes.
Because
And-
everything becomes divided.
Yes, and you have to have a take on everything.
Yeah. Vaccines, food pyramid, Gaza.
Yeah, everything
what
has
it
to have a
is.
take. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, we were cooked as like companies have to do it. Yeah, I've been saying like we've been cooked as a country. I've known we've been cooked as a country ever since Ben and Jerry's had a take on Gaza. It's like there's no reason for this.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this.
Well, there's
You're
a
a
lot of-
company trying to sell stuff.
There's a lot of incentives for companies to like whatever. What is that ESG score? Is that what it is? What is the score that they give? Like so companies have DEI scores that for favorable loans and for government money. It gets real weird when you start intertwining it gets real communisty. ESG score evaluates a company's sustainability and ethical impact, measuring its performance in environmental, social, and governance areas such as carbon footprint, labor practices, and board diversity to help investors and stakeholders assess long-term risk and potential. Calculated by specialized agencies like MSCI and Sustainalytics. Scores offer from 0 to 100 or letter grades gauge how well a company manages risks in these non-financial areas, influencing reputation, access to capital. This is what's important. And long-term financial performances.
Oh, God.
So climate change impact, resource use, waste pollution, energy efficiency, employee relations, diversity and inclusion, labor standards. So you're essentially forcing the company to act a certain way. You can't do it completely as a meritocracy. You have to have a representative board of people, which a lot of people agree with. None of those people are exceptional. None of the people are exceptional at their job that agree you should have specific categories of race or gender replace meritocracy.
Right.
No one really good, male or female, black, white, Asian, whatever. No one really good at their job wants that.
No, because that just gets in the way of the job. It's like, I have to worry about this social score. Yeah,
but fuck off.
That's kind of what we're heading towards, right?
Well, it's less now with Trump in office. There was a guy who was a CEO of some company that was talking about the gigantic shift in dealing with the government that had occurred right after Trump took office. He was like, it was instantaneous. Like all the restrictions and regulations, and this is one of the problems with California in particular. It's incredibly overregulated, so it's really difficult to do anything, which is one of the reasons why so few people have even begun attempting rebuild their fucking house. Right. There's regulations everywhere for everything. It's just overregulated.
Well, didn't the government buy a lot of that land, or are they trying to buy that land right now in the Palisades?
I don't think it's government. I think there was people that were interested in doing like low-income housing, and then there was like whether they were going to carve out things without their speculators. And there's that famous video of Newsom standing in front of the rubble of a burning house. Go, there's been some discussions. He's doing that little dance.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
What a sociopath. What a freaky dude.
He's running for president. There's no way he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
he's absolutely
luck,
running for president.
Good luck, dude. You think there's a lot of fucking fraud in Minnesota? Just wait till they start digging deep into the fraud in California. It's going to take an army of people to do. It's going to take a long time. But look, man, there's so much money missing. They spent $24 billion on the homeless, and they can't account for it. And is it true that Gavin Newsom, let's find out this, because I saw this whole article about this that said Gavin Newsom vetoed a bill that would do an audit of where the $24 billion to the homeless went.
Well, if their goal was to create more homeless with that money, they did a great job.
They did a great job.
They did a fantastic job.
The crazy thing is they're literally incentivized to have more homeless, because the more homeless people they have, the more money they get.
Goes, yep.
Which is what? And then you see the salaries of the people that are working on it. Colion Noir, my friend that's a Second Amendment advocate who's a lawyer, he was the first guy to tell me about that, because he's a lawyer and he was in San Francisco, and he was like, why is there so many homeless people here? It's like, do they need more money? Like, is it? And his friend who was a lawyer goes, no. This whole thing is a racket. The more homeless people you have, the more you have to fund the homeless initiative, and then you have this entire ecosystem that's built around the homeless.
Right, and it's just money's going to executives.
Millions and millions of dollars. And in California, $24 billion. Okay, David Spade was talking about it. This really happened. He blocked bills for an audit multiple times. Bipartisan bill AB 2903 unanimously passed 72-0 in the Assembly, 40-0 in the Senate, and would have forced annual public reports on where the money went, and Newsom vetoed it.
Is there no system in the state? Because it's like if the president vetoes at a federal level, I'm pretty sure if I think it goes back to the Senate or the House, they can do a 2/3 vote to pass it anyway.
I don't understand.
There is
I don't know
legislative ways to override a veto.
This veto?
Federally. I don't know if
federally. I don't know about on a state level. It says Gavin Newsom also vetoed similar bills, AB 2570 and AB 2093. Wow. That is crazy.
Hey, that money's just gone.
$20 billion plus in missing homeless money went. That is really wild, man. that you would veto that it passes unanimously, and you're like, nah, player.
That's fucking gangster, dude. That's pretty.
Well, that's why you become a governor.
Yeah.
It's probably a good move if you're a really shitty mayor of a place like San Francisco and you ruin it. Better be the governor.
Yeah,
so tighten up
and stop
all
the investigations.
Yeah, stop all the fucking loopholes.
That's what I would call that good gameplay on Newsom's part.
Snip them
That is what
loose
you're doing.
ends.
Yeah. I
Ooh.
like looking at politics from an outside perspective. That's some good
Yeah.
gameplay right there. It is. If it's a game, that's exactly what you should do. Great moves.
Yeah, it's a great move.
Yeah, and now you sort of can launch yourself as this anti-Trump guy, and you're like, oh, it's trying to get on this pod.
The
It's
problem
definitely
with
trying,
that dude
the
is
presidential run is coming.
he lies so much he doesn't remember that he lied. Like he gets busted on we've never used the term Latinx because Latinos do not like that Latinx bullshit.
No.
you want to fucking alienate the Mexican American community?
Yeah.
Start calling them Latinx. They're like,
Right.
bitch, what the fuck are you saying?
Well, that's fundamentally-
it's a gendered language.
Yeah, that's fundamentally against their language.
Yes.
That's the whole point. There are female and male things in their language.
It's a gendered language.
Yeah. So
Like,
everything has to be an
Latinx
X.
is crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Stop. The really crazy thing is, we were talking last night with Jimmy Carr's friend. That was there last night. What was his name?
I forgot his name.
Sorry, sir. Fun guy, interesting guy. But we got to talking about the different people that lived in America before Columbus got here, and before Cortez got here, and before all these Spanish explorers turned the entire country into a Spanish-speaking Catholic country,
Right.
which is really nuts, man. You want to talk about colonizing. Like, those people in Mexico, oh, we respect their religion, their culture. That's the culture of their oppressors from just a few hundred years ago.
Right.
They lost 100 different native languages, man. They had so many languages in what is now Mexico, but wasn't even Mexico until 1820. Like, whatever it was, whatever they called it in the different areas, they had like over 100 different languages that just lost in the wind because the fucking conquistadors came through.
Yeah, and outnumbered, they were able to do that.
Bro,
This is crazy.
way outnumbered.
Crazy.
Bro, they had 13 muskets. Mm-hmm. That's all they had. 600 dudes, 13 muskets. They burned the boats and took over Mexico.
Crazy.
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 And then to this day, but here's the
Just the gift of gab, too. Just able to convince Montezuma that they were God.
Well, they showed up with metal.
Yeah, that's
right?
fair
They're
point.
wearing armor and they're riding horses. And they're like, this is crazy. These guys are riding horses?
And there's like a famous, what was it, La Malinche? Was like a female Native American or native to the area who like helped them take them down.
Oh, there's quite a few people that helped them. They were
Yeah.
very clever what they did because there wasn't united tribes because the Aztecs were absolutely brutal. One of the Spanish chroniclers, I forget his name, something Diaz, but one of these Spanish chroniclers, before the arrival of Cortez, he was there at the celebration of the completion of one of the temples. I think it was Tenochtitlan. And they killed somewhere between 20,000 as the low end and 80,000 as the high end. 20,000 to 80,000 people sacrificed in a 4-day ceremony.
That's pretty gangster.
So
That's
these
so
are
many
the people that were there. So those are not loved people.
Right.
So
There's-
it was really easy for them to get the other tribes to go, hey, guys, we got horses, we got 13 muskets. With your help,
we can take them down.
we could speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Carnitas.
That's so
it's,
wild.
It is a fucking Mexican word, but it's a Spanish word.
Yeah,
It's
damn.
like the language. Like they had names like Native American names.
Right.
Like one guy was a cacao lightning god. That was his name. Like I did a whole bunch of research on these people because I just got fascinated because one of the things about the Aztecs is a lot of these like super complex temples, they didn't build them. They found them.
Oh yeah, we talk about that. Like,
They called it the place where the gods were born.
yeah, these sort of like civilizations that like clearly probably existed. Because this is something that I think about. Is like, okay, so do you know the story of the Achaemenid Persian Empire, like succession?
I don't know it in detail, but I'm aware of a lot of it.
Right. So you have Cyrus. He has 2 kids, Cambyses and Bardia. He splits up the realm between the two. Cambyses goes off to conquer Egypt, but he's like, well, Bardia is popular, so let me secretly kill him and then go off to Egypt. A Magi priest then impersonates Bardia, takes over the Achaemenid Persian Empire, is the ruler now. Cambyses sort of dies on the way back mysteriously. And then a Achaemenid nobleman named Darius is like, hey, this is a Magi imposter, kills Bardia. He's now ruling. Darius leads the Achaemenid Persian Empire to be as big as it can be, and he's the father of Xerxes, the bad guy in 300. Wow. So but that is the only official narrative story we have that's from a first, like a primary source. And the only reason we have that is because Darius carved that story in himself into a rock relief. It's called the Behistun relief. So that story is basically propaganda, but then 50 years later it gets picked up by Herodotus, and that becomes the story of the Ascension, right? There's no other primary source on what happened there. You just have to take Darius's word for it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's in the 5th century, and the only reason we know that is because someone carved it into a rock.
Bro.
Right? Like, we're not carving anything into rocks now. So if something, let's say like something happens to the internet tomorrow and it disappears and then our civilization just vanishes off the earth, a couple people survive and they build a whole new civilization.
Is all those lines, is that writing or is that erosion?
I believe that's writing. I haven't really...
Go back to that primary, the original in... Okay.
I think it's writing.
It looks like cuneiform.
Yeah.
And it's the way it's, yeah. But... that's the only reason we know something that happened from that time is because this exists.
And we have no idea if it's true.
Yeah, we have no idea if it's true. But no one's even carving anything into stone for us.
Right.
So
look at it. Yeah.
There's no way...
How dope is that language?
Yeah.
Look how cool that looks. Look how cool that looks. That's how people used to write things down, man.
Right.
Can AI, like, find... There's got to be some of these. Like, I know there's one from Easter Island that they can't decipher. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
Graham Hancock explained it, and what he said was essentially the island it was a very small island. They got raided by slavers, and they took everyone except for like 100 people. And the people that they took and enslaved, they were the ones who knew how to read this language, and then this language was lost forever.
Right.
And it's there's one piece of like wood where that's it, where it's written on. Look how dope their language looks. Like zoom in on like how crazy is that, man?
Just
like what are they saying? And we don't know. Like, I wonder if they could throw that through AI and get sort of an understanding of what these symbols but you'd have to have a base. Like, that was the thing about the Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone really helped people in Egypt because you're like, oh, this is how it's written in Greek. And this is, okay, now we know what it's said in multiple languages. Now we get an understanding of it.
yeah. But so the overall point being, though, is like, in our time, if the internet disappears and we're gone, there's nothing from this time that's really being recorded. It'll just be lost.
Oh, yeah. All the hard drive stuff gone.
Yeah,
forever.
just be lost.
We'll
so
have to relearn things.
Yeah, but our time, the Americans, there'll just be some ancient thing that people might not know ever existed.
It says about the, it's called the Rongorongo, a glyph-based script from Easter Island, remains undeciphered despite over a century of study. Imagine you're studying it for a century.
Yeah,
you can't figure out the language.
People's whole lives have been dedicated to this.
No one knows exactly what it says, as all attempts to translate it fully have failed, and with scholars debating if it's true writing or proto-writing as used as a memory aid. A memory aid.
Yeah, lines alternate direction, often upside down. Oh, so that's so hard. Even the direction is ever changing. You're not writing right to left. You're just kind of going wherever you want with it.
What is the latest on the Voynich manuscripts? Has anybody thrown that through AI to try to see if it makes any sense? Do you know about that?
Yeah, were they found on a guy? Was that one of them?
No, it's some weird book. And the question is whether or not this book is just complete gibberish and nonsense or whether it's some lost language. And where it's really detailed, too.
Where was it found?
It's a good question. I don't remember. Published Nabi Cipher, is that what it's called? Published November 26, 2025 in Cryptologia by science journalist Michael Greshko, introduced the Nabi cipher, which uses 14th century Italian playing cards and dice to encode Latin or Italian text into glyphs mimicking the Voynich manuscripts Voyniches. This cipher replicates key statistical features like glyph frequencies, word lengths, grammar rules, suggesting a similar medieval method could have generated the original 15th century text, although it does not decode it. Wow. Have you seen it? See if you can find images of it. It's freaky.
Where was it found? That's what I'm
That's a
curious
really
about
good
too.
question.
Yeah.
Let's find that out
The
now.
Voynich Ninja. There's like groups dedicated to this.
Oh, people are
obviously.
obsessed with it. I mean, they've been
It's a fun
studying.
thing. This is a fun thing to be obsessed with.
Just do me a favor and just go back to Perplexity and say, how was it discovered?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Because I feel like someone had it and someone bought it from someone. And
I thought I could have been wrong. I thought it was found on a body. I could be wrong about that. I might be thinking of another thing.
it was rediscovered in 1912 by Polish-American rare books dealer
Okay.
Wilfrid Voynich. Okay, he named it himself. What a clever guy.
I like that. Fuck it. Something
Fuck it.
of mine
It's
survived.
mine, bitch.
Well, they say you died. The second time you die is when someone says your name last. So we're just keeping him alive.
He acquired it from the Jesuit College in Frascati, Italy, as a part of a batch of 30 manuscripts discreetly sold amidst the Jesuits' financial difficulties. How many of these motherfuckers in the Vatican are sitting on some shit that they don't have to sell?
Oh yeah,
That would like change
the world
change the
completely.
world?
Yeah.
Carbon dating places its creation around 1404 to 1438, likely in northern Italy. Emperor Rudolph II bought it in the late 1500s for 600 gold ducats, possibly from John Dee. It later passed to Jacobus. How about this guy's name? Jacobus Horsicki Depenez.
Deep Eastern European stuff. That feels like
Depenex. But you can't even.
They look
the
like
problem is, like,
Hungarian.
there's some names like Joanna Jędrzejczyk. If you saw the way it's written, there's no way you would pronounce
any
it
of those
correctly.
Eastern European names. It's like, how did you even get that?
Stayed in Jesuit hands until 1912. He publicized the undeciphered codex, now at Yale's Beinecke Library, sparking global interest despite failed decoding attempts. Pull up some images of it so you can see what it looks like. It's real weird, man. It's real weird, and it has detailed illustrations.
Of like plants and
Oh,
stuff.
here we go. Here's a little video. So you can see like how cool it looks when they're opening up the book. Anything that you're getting that's a book that's from the fucking 1400s or where 1200. When is it from? 1500s.
15th century, 1400s.
So 1400s. Any book that you're getting from the 1400s is fucking wild as it is. Just imagine these fucking people living back then, writing this shit down with a feather.
Just touching it with her bare hands, huh?
Yeah, you have to. It's
can't-
actually
you can't do it with
worse to
gloves?
do it with gloves.
Really?
Yeah, they found out that gloves, the rubber is more abrasive
Than
and
your finger?
The oils of your finger is actually more protective, or something along those lines.
Wow.
Look
this
how
is a-
cool that looks, though.
Yeah.
And they don't know if that's a real language. That's what's nuts. You can't decode it.
This is a good YouTube rabbit hole.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one because people say it's a hoax, but the thing about it is if it's a hoax, it's like really well done and very complex and like an incredible amount of time
The
dedicated
fact that it's
to it.
still tripping up people now, it's like it's an all-time great hoax. Then,
Sort of, but think about how many languages we've lost. Like we just talked about 100 languages were lost somewhere around that in what is now considered Mexico. Now, think about the rest of the world. Like here's another instance. Mobs of indigenous people in Australia, the Aborigines.
Right.
So they call themselves mobs. And that, instead of a tribe.
Oh, right.
And they have mobs that will live 6-10 kilometers away that speak a completely different language. And they're all over the place, and they don't have these things written anywhere. So there's a bunch of their languages that are just spoken orally,
and just disappear.
and they will disappear. And we don't know how many languages there are. Like my friend Adam Greentree, who he used to own a mining company in Australia, and he employed a lot of Aborigines, and he knows a lot about the culture. And he was like, "Dude, it's the craziest history." because a lot of it is not written down, and there's a lot of horrible tragedy and genocide attached to it. There's a cave that you can go to where they gave this mob of Aborigines poisoned food on purpose, like a whole crew of them, and so there's like just their bones are in this cave still to this day. He goes, dude, it's the darkest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. You think about this family and their children, they're starving, and these people, these white people in Australia were essentially prisoners that England shipped over there.
Right.
Just gave them poison.
And just damn.
Damn.
Damn. That's
Damn. And they got some crazy rock art. You ever see the glyphs of like alien looking dudes and and shit and like
there's like people with like rocket that look like they're in rocket ships and spacesuits.
What information? What stories? What is their version of the Bible that we missed?
Well, it's
Because
probably
they never wrote it down.
Yeah, there's something to do with a large flood. That seems to be consistent.
The Hopi had that.
Yeah, something to do with a large flood and something to do with some sort of either dragon or serpent type bad guy. Right. Those are the two main consistent things across most cultures. Some large flood event and some snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. And I wonder what the snake in the Bible really looked like, because in the Adam and Eve story, anytime you see a picture painted of it, it's painted as a snake. But the snake's punishment was it lost its limbs. So this was a dragon. Ooh. Right? Because the snake's punishment was it has to live on the ground.
But is that the snake's punishment forever? Is that like why God did that to the snakes, period?
I think so. I think that's the whole...
Right.
That's
but
what it would seem
doesn't
like,
that just explain what a snake looks like rather than describe a dragon? Like, why doesn't it have limbs? God took away its limbs.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe it's reversed. Maybe,
it seems like it's reversed.
Yeah, maybe I just really wanted to be a dragon.
Yeah, it seems like, how come they don't get to have legs?
Yeah.
How come you don't get to have wings, bitch? Because if you really think about it, like, there's so many different stories. This is why, like, The View, like, that's that famous Joy Behar clip where she said he believes in dragons.
Great clip.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
Great clip.
It comes out of a conversation that I had with Forrest Gallant, who's a wildlife biologist. Who's like, there's a lot of depictions of these flying serpents and large serpents with wings all over the world. It's weird.
Right.
It is really weird.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
Really weird. And we know some dinosaurs flew.
So there might have been some. Do you think there's some sort of cross?
Well, here's the thing. The Congo has had a legend of some sort of a large dinosaur-like creature forever, to the point where explorers have made their way into the Congo to try to find this thing.
Okay.
That resembles, I think it resembles a brontosaurus.
That could fly?
No.
Okay.
That was in the jungle. So the question is it possible that a creature could live for an extended period of time and then, maybe in the 1100s or 1,000 years ago or whatever, 2,000 years ago, they slaughtered them all and killed them off? Like maybe they have a long gestation period like an elephant. Maybe it's possible they realized these things were a threat. They knew where they'd end up. There was a small population anywhere and they killed them off.
Right.
Maybe. It's not likely. There's no bones. There's nothing. But there's no bones of most things. That's the thing.
Right,
most things that die
just
do not
disappear.
leave a fossil.
Yeah.
And then they find things that they thought were extinct. Not just extinct, but extinct for millions and millions of years. One of them is the coelacanth. You know about the coelacanth?
No.
So the coelacanth is this crazy-looking dinosaur fish that is unchanged from, God, I want to say, tens of millions of years. I don't know how old, but when you look at it, you're like, yo, look at that thing. And then they caught one once. They caught it. Like, I don't know, it was a fishing net or a fishing boat, but they caught one. And then they realized, like, oh my God, these things are still alive. Like, we thought this was a part of the fossil record.
Damn.
And then they realized that there's parts of the ocean that we just haven't explored, and these things, and then they've caught a bunch of them since. And then other fishermen have caught them, but it's a very deep, deep sea creature that is really ancient.
And then
How old is the coelacanth? Like, how long has it been around for?
Man. That's so.
I hope
that's
I'm
so,
saying the word right. It
That's
might be
so wild to not find one
coelacanth.
for years, and then all of a sudden you just find a bunch.
Well, they found a few.
Yeah.
Then now that they know they exist, they're looking in that
kinda
area.
know where to look for.
And then they're fishing in that area, and they caught them. But can you show me an image of the coelacanth?
Oh, I think there's a YouTube channel that I think you'd really like called like I think it's called it just goes and looks through what the Earth looked like in in different eras.
So that's that freaky fish.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
It's armored. It's got like these crazy scales on it. It looks like a throwback. So hold up, go up. Relatives being the first left seas 385. Okay. So they're not our direct ancestors, but they're still relatives of beings that first left the seas. They left the sea 385 million years ago and became four-legged terrestrial animals.
Damn, and this is like a common link.
So what
Or
they're
like
saying
related
is
to.
there's creatures that left. So something like that left the sea 385 million years ago and became four-legged terrestrial animals from which we sprung. And these relatives are still alive today. So how long has the coelacanth been around?
Weighed 188 pounds, so they caught one at 38.
1938, floating off the South African coast, the Indian Ocean, fishermen from the Irvine caught an unknown creature. It weighed 188 pounds, 5 feet in length, dark blue in color, and unabashedly chomped its jaws. This was not a fish, not just any fish. It had scales, fins, and limbs, or more precisely, rudiments thereof. Moreover, there were 7 of them, 2 in the back, 3 on the belly, and another pair on the head. They had limbs on their head? Whoa.
Damn.
Should we know the local population occasionally caught these creatures and had even come up with a name for them, gombesa, which can be translated as bitter fish.
Love that. Just eat it first. Find out later.
The residents knew that it was nearly inedible. It was consumed due to the belief that its meat helped to cope with malaria symptoms. Although it was possible to make something like sandpaper from their extremely strong and bristly scales. So when did they think? Look at what it looked like. That's crazy.
Jeez. That's wild.
Though that
That
thing
looks scary. It looks like a monster.
with all those weird appendages,
Right.
eventually made its way onto the
land.
shore.
Yeah.
Nuts, man.
That's
How long ago was that? Like, how long did they think that thing had been extinct for?
you'd have to look that up. Yeah.
Just put into perplexity the history of the coelacanth. Okay, here we go. How old is this motherfucker?
420 million years.
Wow.
Rediscovered. Damn, bro. That's wild.
Wow. They thought
That's
it had been
impressive.
extinct for 66 million years.
And it was just living.
Whoa.
Dude, to live that long, that's pretty crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's incredible. Mm-hmm. So this thing that was alive 400 million years ago is still alive today. They
Right.
thought it was extinct for 68 million years. Is it possible that there's something else like that that's on land? Less likely, I think. I think ocean is more likely.
well, it's more undiscovered, right? So
Not just that, it's also like more protective of
Right.
environmental change, right? So
Right.
it's probably less dependent on all the, like, especially if you're a sea predator, you're probably less dependent on, all the plants growing in nuclear winter that's happening on the fucking surface.
Right.
Where everything dies off and the ice age comes and it's fucking meteor dust everywhere because
right,
you
you
got
can
pelted.
survive. You can
Yeah.
survive a lot of stuff like climate change. You're not worried about that really.
Probably you are, but it's probably something. More things would probably survive in the ocean, I would imagine.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Like how old are alligators and crocodiles?
aren't sharks older than trees or something
Older
like that?
than trees.
Yeah, that's
Older than trees.
it's such a mind fuck to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something that could be older than trees.
Yeah, and they still are essentially in the same form. Mm-hmm. Just fucking swimming, eating machines.
Apex predators forever.
You hear about that lady off Santa Cruz that got the other day?
No, but have you read that book about I read that book about the shark attacks in 1916?
Oh yeah, in New Jersey.
Yeah, close to shore, where it's like, oh damn,
It's in
like
a river.
Yeah, it went in a freshwater river.
Yeah.
But they also didn't think sharks were dangerous at that time.
That's so crazy.
Like that was in that time. There were people who were like, oh, sharks, they're just like sea puppies. They'll leave you alone. That was the thought. Part of the reason why that stuck out to people were like, oh, sharks are like dangerous creatures.
Especially bull sharks, because
Yeah.
bull sharks are the ones that can swim all the way up to, like, they made their way to Illinois.
Oh yeah, and they're more aggressive than great whites, right?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
hyper aggressive, but they make their way all the way up freshwater rivers, all the way up into like cold environments. Fucking Illinois had bull sharks
Yeah.
in fresh water.
A freshwater shark is just how much of a bad luck do you have to be in a river and get attacked by a shark? It was your time to go.
You got your legs dangling out of an inner tube.
Yeah, just
And then all of a
chopped
sudden
up.
you feel this sharp pain and you see red in the water and you realize your leg's gone.
Yeah, it takes you a second to realize your leg is gone too because it's so sharp and so
Slices through it and you don't expect it.
Jeez, yeah. Well, yeah, we were not expecting a shark in the lake.
And you look down, you see the white of your kneecap. Everything underneath it is just torn tissue and fuck.
Yeah, they didn't think it was dangerous at the time like
Isn't
that.
that crazy?
That's so wild. It's so wild all the way up until 1916. In fact, some people thought sharks were just something that sailors made up.
Whoa.
Yeah, just like, oh, this giant sea creature that'll eat you. They don't know what they're talking. Or like, this is just a sea myth.
Well, it's also when you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
when people came to America, because there's no sharks in England, there's no sharks in Ireland, right?
Right.
They don't have a problem over there. So when they came to America, there was only we're talking about this shark attack was in the early 1900s, right?
Yes, 1916.
So think about that. There's only like a couple hundred years of people even being here.
Right. And that year was like a perfect storm of like the beach became like an acceptable thing to go lounge at. Before that, it wasn't a thing.
They even tried to twist it to say that it was trying to attack the dog, not the person. The person is in the way.
No,
Yeah, hates dogs. What?
It does lay out certain things like if you are swimming with a dog, you're more likely to get attacked by a shark.
Interesting.
And it's like something like a full moon. Like the moon really regulates sharks' emotions. So like more shark attacks happen on full moons. And
Oh,
so there's
fuck.
certain things. Yeah, apparently having the dog, they never attack the dog.
Really?
But the dog attracts something about how they swim attacks the
dogs
shark.
don't get killed by sharks?
They will attack the person.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's something the book lays it out. There is like a coordinate, like there are a bunch of different factors that sort of apply to that.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything alive right now that is, dinosaur-like. But I wonder how long they stuck around for. How long some of them stayed.
Just the last vestiges.
If crocodiles and alligators didn't exist, like let's just imagine crocodiles didn't exist, the big ones, the Nile crocodiles. Let's imagine
Okay.
no one thought there was a crocodile. It's nonsense. And then one day someone got a video of one in the Congo. You'd be like, no, dinosaurs are real.
Right.
That's a dinosaur. That
Right.
is a straight up dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a giant lizard. That is
Yeah.
that is technically what's left.
This dude, Josh Bomar, he's a bow hunter, and he just killed a world record crocodile, and I think it was in Tanzania. I think he might have did it like 2 years ago. This thing is so big. I think it's like 17 feet long, and it's probably over 100 years old. He killed it with a bow. Look at the size of that thing.
God.
Now, imagine if that thing didn't exist. If no one thought that thing existed.
And then you saw that.
And then you saw that.
You'd be like, you'd be like, that's a monster that I saw.
Like, look at the size of that thing, man. Like, if nobody went to Tanzania ever, if it was just a place that no one went to, and then people went there and they saw that, they're like, oh my God, dinosaurs are still alive.
Right.
Because that's a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, that's
period. Full stop.
You'd be absolutely afraid
You can
of that.
call it a crocodile, whatever.
Right.
It's a species of dinosaurs that made it. It's still here. Like, when did crocodiles first evolve?
83 to 95 million years ago, late Cretaceous.
Younger than the
period.
coelacanth.
Yeah,
Up
crazy.
to 250 million years ago.
Still younger
Oh,
than the coelacanth by
still
100
younger.
by
Modern
100 million
alligator.
years.
Well, it's probably the ancestor that came to shore and started
Right.
eating shit.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
if everything came out of the ocean, allegedly.
Ooh, okay. There's something that I do. It's like a gratefulness thing that I do every year
Okay.
because this is like a big moment for me in my career. I just released a special. I'm walking away from I'm like not working social media at the club anymore. I'm like making steps out. So this is a YouTube video that I watch every time something like sort of big happens to me,
Yeah.
or like I'm at a crossroads and it's. Have you ever seen it's Mr. Rogers' Emmy acceptance speech? Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, can we pull that up, Jamie? And it's like a 3-minute video, but like genuinely, because I'm gonna do it too. I want you to do what he says.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a quick little thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
for giving generation upon generation of children confidence in themselves, for being their friend, for telling them again and again and again that they are special and that they have worth. It is my honor, on behalf of everyone here and on behalf of the millions of children whose mornings you have brightened with your kindness, to present you with this Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, it's a beautiful night in this neighborhood. So many people have helped me to come to this night. Some of you are here, some are far away, some are even in heaven. All of us have special ones who have loved us into being. Would you just take, along with me, 10 seconds to think of the people who have helped you become who you are? Those who have cared about you and wanted what was best for you in life. 10 seconds of silence. I'll watch the time. Whomever you've been thinking about, how pleased they must be to know the difference you feel they've made. You know, they're the kind of people television does well to offer our world. Special thanks to my family and friends, and to my co-workers in public broadcasting, family communications, and this academy for encouraging me, allowing me all these years to be your neighbor. May God be with you. Thank you very much.
He seemed like the real deal.
Yeah, yeah. Who'd
I'm
you
glad
think about?
nothing ever came out about him.
Yeah, for real, right? He
You
wasn't
know
like
what I
our
mean?
Jimmy Savile.
I'm happy he was the real deal.
Mhm.
He really does seem like he is.
Who'd you think about?
Oh, do I want to say it publicly?
Oh, yeah, if you don't have to.
Yeah. Oh, you know, family,
Yeah, yeah.
personal people, you
Mhm.
know. But you and I in particular are very fortunate. We have a lot of people that help us be who we are.
Yes.
You know, and that is like the one thing that I think we really highlight at the club is that we really are all happy. We really are all lucky, and we really enjoy our time together. And we feed off of each other.
I'm so happy too. Like the way I would say the scene is like incredibly supportive of each other, in a way that like it's nice, I guess, in this sort of new system that we live in too, where like you can just make it on your own. Like you don't need, like, I'm not auditioning for a spot that like Fuzzy's auditioning for because we're both brown.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like in the old days.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to be like, damn, I hope he doesn't get this.
Right.
You know, there's
right.
It's a system of like, oh, dude, we can all just create and then help each other.
Yes.
Like piggyback off each other, and like it's like such a refreshing experience to have.
It really is the rising tide lifts all boats, and that's how it should be.
And it happens everywhere too, because like, you know, obviously you're at the mothership and you see how hard the door guys there crush, but like I'll go to Sunset and Sunset has some fucking killers as door guys now, especially because like they came up in this experience where Sunset, you know, famously the ceilings are high and like the room can feel cavernous when it's like tight. And so they come up in a harsher, like the mothership, the rooms are set up for comedy. Sunset, it never happened that way. The guy died before he could make it what he wanted to make it, and Redman came in and just sort of saved it so he can open at the very least. So it's like they come up in these harsh situations, and like there's this one kid at Sunset. His name is, well, kid is very funny to say. He's the grown man, but Mumford Davis. He closes every single death squad, which is like 18 hours long. So he closes every single one, goes up in front of a tired, beat audience, and now he's just an absolute monster.
Running with ankle weights on.
Yeah, I mean, he's running with the biggest ankle weights on. To go at the end of that in that room, they're tired. They've been there forever.
But you think about it, like that's how Kinnison came up.
Mm-hmm.
Kinnison was that was the Kinnison spot, was the last spot at the OR. You know, and then think about his style. That's screaming, yelling in your face. That's designed to shock an audience back to life.
Right, just try to keep
Brody.
him going.
That's Don Barris. That's Brian Holtzman. Like those guys that develop that act, they could just jolt you out of your complacency. It's kind of by necessity.
Right, how to just like keeping someone's attention.
Yes.
Like bringing it back is just so it's so impressive. That's what I miss about the Comedy Stores. I left before I got passed, so I never got those like late night OR spots. Those 1 a.m, 6 people just survived. I mean, some of my best sets, favorite sets I've seen people have are in those spots. Where you're like, damn, you really made this work.
Well, sometimes like reality shines through. Like they have a real moment on stage where the comedy is just like people are like, oh shit. Like I remember Laura Bites had a set one time and I even posted it. Me and Bert Kreischer sat in the back of the room and she crushed so hard in front of, there was only like 25 people in the room.
Right.
And by the time she was off stage, there was 50 people in the room because people were coming in from other places to come and watch her set.
Yeah, when you hear that noise, you're like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
Exactly. She was just on fire. She was killing.
Yeah, it's like those spots are nice because it's like, you know, your jokes at a certain, you have to work your jokes to get to a certain point where like my jokes are funny enough to showcase and work at the club. And now that I'm at this level, I got the jokes. Now, can I be funny?
Right.
You know, beyond like what my written, can I be just funny, me as a person?
Yeah.
That's, you can kind of really hone that in those sort of late night tough rooms.
Yeah, you got to do those.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, the store, at the end of the day, even through hard and like good times and tough times at the store, that's the reason why they always create monsters.
Yeah.
The store creates monsters.
And Mitzi knew what she was doing. You know, she had a method to her madness, and she tweaked it and got it to the perfect form. We essentially use a similar form here.
Yeah, it's kind of like the method to make comedy happen. It's like just put people in like these tough spots over and over again. Can you follow monsters?
Right.
Can you follow monsters? That's the best part about being at the ship is like I've had to follow like Theo and Shane and be like, damn, I just got to do this.
Yeah.
And then you have to follow like the emerging stars too, because then they have a whole separate energy to them. Like I remember following both Cam and James McCann after they both started like popping and being like, whoa. Just watching the energy around them shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
we
like
lost McCann
crazy.
to Australia.
I know. He'll be back.
He's got to be back.
He'll be back.
I can't believe he had to go back.
So funny though.
He's the best. He's one of my favorite guys out there because he's got such a unique, like, it's his perspective. It's like you don't expect it.
No.
It's coming out of him. If you think the way he does, you get it.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it's really smart, really funny.
High energy too. Yeah, it's because usually the hyper intelligent go low energy. It's very rare that a hyper intelligent person like who's intelligent on stage on purpose like that, like he is, goes high energy.
Right.
That's what makes him unique to me too.
Yeah.
It's because usually when comics are being smart on stage, and I'll do this too, they go soft. They go, look at me think. Yeah. McCann's like, I have the energy of I'm in a bar yelling at you, but it's about Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we're lucky, dude.
Yeah, the scene is thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many places to go. That's why I did mine at Black Rabbit. Just a small little black box room that's been like, I've had sets there and it's like 10 people and they're amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just there for comedy. A lot of them are like, they tend to be like these sort of just out of college kids who can't really afford to go to like any of the clubs. They just have money for the first time. We're like, oh, we can go to this little spot, like $10 tickets, just get introduced to comedy. It's a bit of a younger audience there.
Well, there's just, how many spots are just on our street?
On our street, I mean, like there's
Within our street, like within close, like
that you can walk
count
to.
Cap City, because it's like one block over.
I'm
not Cap City, I'm sorry.
Vulcan and Sunset.
Creek in the Cave.
Creek
in the Cave is one over.
In that area, you have Vulcan, Sunset, Creek, Velveeta, and then Bulls, these are bars that run comedy at least 3 to 4 times a week. Is Bulls. Oh fuck! I'm forgetting one of the places. I'm blanking on it now. So, but Bulls, Black Rabbit. If you want to count Roscoe's in East Austin, they're a little bit down the road, but they're still kind of in the downtown area. So it's 9 right there. Narbar, that's the one I was thinking about. That's 10. Shakespeare's runs it a bunch, and Maggie Mays runs it, I think, 3 times a week. So there's at least 12 pretty much dedicated comedy rooms, and that's not including mics.
That's crazy.
That's not including mics, just in the area.
When you say mics, for people who don't know, you mean open mics.
Yeah, just open mics.
You're talking about booked clubs with professional comedians.
Yeah, these are shows with people, and like some of them are rough bar shows, but they are shows and they're booked.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's so many ways to come up. Oh, you can walk. You can walk.
Yeah.
I've had nights where I've had 5 sets and none of them were at the mothership.
Wow.
You're just out and about. Yeah, it is so, and it's just different people getting up in different places. Each different place has their own ecosystem of comics who, because you go where it gives you time.
Right.
That's where you always. That's the right way to go, no matter what.
Yeah.
Just whatever is feeding you, go. That's where you go. So there's different ecosystems in each places, and it's really fun, and you just get to see people like, man, just figure it out. And it's fun to watch, and they'll figure it out on the podcast end, they'll figure it out on the comedy end, and then it'll all sort of works together.
It's got to be extra dope for you too, because you were an early settler.
Man, I feel like I got to the gold rush in '48. I feel like because when I got here, there was only 3. It was me, Hans, Kim, and Deric, and Dylan. Dylan was 8 years in, but those were the only 4 of us that were like not famous headliners that weren't new comics, basically.
Right.
So we got to just do so many shows because there was no middle class. It was like California. It was all upper class and all like lower class. It was now it's robust. Now there's just a bunch of killers that are like just moving here all the time. There's this guy Nick Murphy moved from Atlanta.
What year did you move here?
2021.
Oh, okay.
I moved here early. I got on a Zoom. With Dylan Sullivan. I used to play this. We used to play game nights during the pandemic online with our friends because we weren't allowed out, right? And so he pulled me aside one day on Discord and was like, "You got to move here," and he made the pitch. Wow. And then I was like, I was pretty much there, and then Deric moved here, and he was like, "You gotta."
And this was just when we were doing shows out of the Vulcan.
This is just shows at the Vulcan. But it was indoor shows, man. Yeah. And so I moved here, and then I was like, because the way I looked at it was like, look, either I'm gonna. Like, LA's going to reopen, and I'll be working at the Comedy Store again, and we'll have at least gotten up in that time and gotten paid to go up. Because they paid for every spot here.
Right.
If you're booked. So it's like, at least got paid. And so I was like, and then I'll go back to LA.
A little glitch. But so when you came here, it was just like, look, I'll get some spots, I'll get paid, and if the Comedy Store reopens, I'll go back.
Yeah, I'll go back, or the club was still 2 years away from opening, but it's like I'll stick it out to the club and see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
We were just starting to talk about a club back then.
Right. Yeah, you had put it on the universe, and that was enough for me to be like, I think he's gonna get that done. And so I took a chance, and it ended up working, and then I ended up being one of the first people like pass through there, which ended a huge blessing, because now there's so many killers that it's like hard to get in the mothership.
Yeah.
There's so many like people who have moved. It's like I almost tell people like it's a major city in that way, in the sense of like if you can get good where you are first and then move to Austin, that might be better now than a blind move to Austin.
Right, as an opener.
Yeah.
As a beginner.
Yeah,
it's hard as a beginner.
Yeah.
It's like LA was for a while.
Oh, LA is super tough. I imagine New York is super tough as well.
The store was really tough. If you wanted to go from open mic to actual spots, like, bro, you got to do spots somewhere else.
Right.
You really should be better. You're better off coming there with potential. Like, you've already gotten a few years under your belt.
Than like trying to figure it out in this, because the LA mics are especially brutal.
The thing is, man, if you guys didn't come, it wouldn't have worked. Like, that was the thing. It's like the people that really are responsible for the movement, the crazy new scene here, are the ones who came before the club was open. Mm-hmm. Brian Simpson, Tom Segura. Segura was here early, man.
Right.
I told him about it. He's like, I'm fucking moving. Mm-hmm. And then, bam, I was like, whoa. And when Tom moved, I was like, that's a big deal. You know, because Tom was already doing arenas.
Yeah,
you know?
it required a certain amount of people to buy in.
Yeah.
And that I you know, I'm very because of that I'm very pro Austin because like, man, if you buy in, look what can happen. Like,
yeah,
there's
you shouldn't.
stuff you can
no
do.
one should not be pro Austin. It's funny because Lewis and Tony were going back and forth and arguing. Like Lewis shits on the Austin scene.
Right.
This New York versus Austin thing is the stupidest fucking thing of all time. Like they should both be awesome. Who cares?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, like infight. It's like catty girl fighting. It's like why we both clearly can exist in
Yeah.
a space where we can also help each other. The
Right.
New York guys are always here, and I feel like we're always there.
But the point is, what Tony and Lewis were going back and forth, and Lewis said, "Well, L.A. isn't even in consideration anymore as what's the best place for comedy in the country," and Tony goes, "Agreed." And why do you think that is? What do you think happened? Where'd those people go? And Lewis is like, "Oh shit."
But you know, I will say this because I was just in LA. I like where the LA scene's at. It's rebuilding stronger.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's the store. It's
the
LA.
store.
It's
Yeah.
Hollywood. It goes through dips. It's done it before. When I got there, it was at a low. When I came in '94, the OR was half empty. Main room was never full. And then there was no big talent there. It's always like that. It comes, it goes. New people come up. It's
Yeah.
legendary. It's got a vibe to it. It creates comedy just by existing.
Yeah, it's like it's still every time I'm there, I'm like, man, this is the fucking place.
It's the fucking place, man. That's been the place since 1970 something. I mean, that place is crazy.
Yeah, you can do what the building is alive in that place. That's
100%.
crazy. Yeah, you feel it.
It's
like
soaked with the memories of Kinnison and
Well,
Hicks and Pryor and
here's what's crazy. You know the bucket seats in the back?
yeah.
If you go during the day, they might have repainted the walls. So this is when I worked there. But when you go during the day, because I'd get there early and like right or whatever, and you can look where the bucket seats are, the outline of all the heads, because of all the oil of the people leaning back, was just there. So you were just there, and it's just the energy of all these great comics just in the room with you. Yeah, it was an interesting place to like be during the day because you could
Store
sort of
is
feel
a
it.
very special place. Very special place. You're never going to take away from that. But the thing is, it's like it should be, and it will be even better than it used to be, I'm sure. But the point is, it's like denying that Austin is an amazing scene is just stupid.
Yes.
It's just stupid.
Well, yeah, it's like
and also, don't you want another great scene? Do you want a limited amount of options for comedians? Don't you want more comics and more comedy?
Right, and more places for you to end up performing.
Shut up.
Like now you can go to Austin and spend a couple weeks there and get a lot of time and learn how to talk to people here.
There's so many bitches in this world. There's so many bitches. And those bitches never get anything done. They just sit and bitch. And this and that and that and this and that and this.
Yeah.
And nothing ever gets done.
Yeah.
They never progress.
Yeah, man, just video essays. I watch all the video essays.
That's
yeah.
so funny. Why
It's
would
so
you watch
funny.
those?
It's just so funny to me because the whole concept that Austin is ruined comedy is very funny to me because there's so many comics that are blowing up outside everywhere all the time.
It's just silly.
It's
It's
just,
like my friend said. It's a walled garden. That's what it is. It seems like the people are having too much fun. And if you're not there and if you don't have aspirations to be there, you feel bad about it. When I lived in Boston, the store was like Mecca. Like people would talk about it. You know, it was like you had to make the pilgrimage to the comedy store. It was one of the first things I did when I came to LA.
Oh no, it's a big deal. The first time you
Yeah.
go there, I remember looking at it and being just the feeling in my heart.
The first time I went there, I hadn't even moved there yet. I went there just to watch. I told them I was a comedian from New York. I'm like, can I go and watch a set? They're like, yeah, sure. And they let me come in, and I sat in the back and watched, and it was like Bodaks. It was terrible. It was really bad. It was like
Really?
a bunch of cruise ship acts, like a bunch of guys who had the same act from the 1970s. They had never, you know, those dudes that like you'll see them at the store occasionally now that have an act from the 80s. Well, these dudes, it was like a decade earlier.
Yeah, when I worked at La Jolla, there was one guy that they booked that they had like some deal with Mitzi that he got to perform once a year at the La Jolla, and man, you could just tell, man, you haven't changed this act since the 70s.
Yeah, they just never evolved. And, you know, and they weren't getting spots when Kinnison was around. The place was packed. And then Kinnison left. And then he had a billboard. He put a billboard right in front of the comedy store of his new album that was coming out. Like,
Why did he leave the store?
Oh, I don't know. He probably did something stupid.
Okay.
I think he definitely fired off a gun because
Oh, yeah, well,
remember he shot the
bullet hole is still there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard they fixed the sign though.
No, it's
They
back.
fixed the plastic.
Yeah, they might have. I think that the plastic was falling apart, but they kept the bullet hole because the bullet hole's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
went. I
that's
went and
good.
looked. I made sure.
Pretty
the,
crazy.
The Kinnison bullet hole is like part of the thing there. Yeah.
But the cracked glass was also part of the thing.
Yeah, but I think eventually it just fell apart. It's been like 40 years since that happened.
I mean, that might have been what got him banned. Not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was banned, and then when I came, it was '94, so he was already dead. He was dead, and Hicks was dead. And so it was weird.
Okay, and so
It was like-
that's
there was
what
a
the
lull.
lull was.
There
That's
was
what
a
the lull
lull.
was from. They were just kind of missing that top
Yeah,
level guy.
there was a lull, and guys would occasionally drop in to work out, but they didn't put their name on the marquee. No one ever knew they were going to be there. Like Chris Rock would come in and work out. Damon would come in and work out. But the big comics that were there, like Dom Herrera would stop in. There was guys that would stop in, but then it was mostly us younger guys. Holtzman was a big part back then.
I can't imagine Holtzman as a young guy.
I mean, me
feel
and
like-
him, we're only a few ages, or a few years different.
It feels like he's just looked like that since
He did
was
look
a
like
kid.
he was a throwback. He looked
Yeah.
like he was from the 1950s when I met him in '94.
Yeah.
like slick back, dark hair.
Right.
Always the best. Always a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's the sweetest guy in the world. And there's something about guys who are like that on stage are always super sweet off stage. Because they like truly get all the venom out. It's like William Montgomery. If you watch William Montgomery on stage, he's a raving lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that picture.
Oh, wow.
Look at Holtzman to the right with a suit on.
Oh my God. And then Paulie. Who's next
Look
to you?
at that. Freddie Soto.
That's Freddie Soto. Damn.
Yeah. Boy, that was probably like 96.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Yeah, Brian does
Crazy.
look the exact same.
He looks the
That's
exact same.
crazy.
He had jet black hair, and he would look at. He's looking.
You know what he kind of looks like?
That's his headshot.
There's this guy on Instagram where his whole thing is just he pretends to be a greaser.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like unironically, and that's kind of what he looks like. But it's really funny because all his comments are just like, "Yo, show us that hog." Like that's become the. So he does like greaser shit, and then all the comments are like, "But how come? Where's the hog reveal?" Like, it's just,
Why is hog?
Yeah, it's become like
That's
he's
funny.
so unironically trying to be a greaser that the comments came up with their own sort of culture around him.
So it's
They're kind
comedy
of mocking him.
accidentally.
Yeah, they're kind of mocking. They're all kind of making fun of him, but he's genuinely trying to portray this guy as this greaser guy. It's like Mike the Greaser or something like that. It's so funny.
Well, Holtzman was just. I thought he was going to blow up, man. I really did. I was like, oh, this guy's going to be fucking huge. This guy's going to be gigantic. There was a few guys back then that I was like, that guy's going to be big. Did you ever see Mike Ricca?
No.
In the early '90s, Mike Ricca was great, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with him.
It's so.
I don't even know if he does comedy anymore.
Yeah, it's so it's so easy. People fall off all the time. Like it's like because it is brutal. The game is brutal.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to have something brutal outside of the game to keep you centered. You should do something else that's also difficult. For me, it's obviously working out. That's a big part of what keeps me sane. I think it's important for mental health. The people that are the most mentally unhealthy and unstable that I know all have no control of their body. None of them exercise. They don't eat well. They eat terrible food. They take medications, and they're all fucked up in the head. And then little things can send them off a deep end. Once a person makes a mean tweet about them and a couple people pile on, and they want to jump off a building.
Right.
You know, there's a bunch of those people out there. And I think, like, with the pressures of this job, you have to, for your own sanity, you have to find some sort of an outlet. Find some sort of a thing.
Or like take a walk.
That too.
Yeah. It's
That'll help, but it should be something that's a little bit that you exert yourself.
Well, that's like I was like that's a good place to start if you're one of these people that like don't like just a simple walk can really get the ball rolling. On,
Don't
like,
jump right into CrossFit.
Yeah.
From nothing couch to CrossFit.
Yeah, just be outside and like smell the air and be. Because like, does your phone send you the screen time updates?
What do you mean?
Like, so my phone will send me like a weekly, like, this is how much you spend on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's like, damn, this is like a full-time job that I'm spending on my phone.
It's a lot.
Like, it's disgusting. And I have to just remind myself, like, oh, the reason I feel bad is because I'm on this.
100%.
I'm on this and I'm consuming a fake reality that, like, I think one of the most dangerous things that the phone, like the online existence does is it calls like people like call their fans and stuff a community, and it's not really a community. Your community has to be people you see in person. It can't be this online, possibly fake fan club, basically.
Well, it certainly can't be a large percentage of your interactions with people. That's nuts. But I mean, there is some sort of a community that you kind of cultivate by interacting with people on social media. It's just at what price,
Right.
You know? And at what price? And then how much are you doom scrolling, other than interacting with people and having like semi-positive experiences, communicating with, like sharing ideas? How much of it is just doom scrolling?
Right.
For me, it was a lot, and so I backed off it heavy. So I still spend a lot of time on YouTube, though. My distraction time is almost all YouTube.
No, I'm a doom scroller. Yeah, because you get caught. You see one thing and you're like, it's so easy to just do that.
It is, but I don't want that because it makes me feel weird. But YouTube doesn't make me feel weird. So if I watch some really cool video on ancient history or something, I never feel bad at all. I'm like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't come out of it with any negative feeling. I just come out of it like, oh, that's interesting.
I learned something.
Yeah.
YouTube is like the modern television now.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal.
That's the one.
Phenomenal.
You can just find some. There's people making high quality things. Sometimes I'll get caught up in things that I don't even care about.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like a huge horror movie fan. I like movies, but I found this one page called Nightmare Movies, and he just explains his favorite horror movies, and he has a great voice, and I've watched like all of his videos. Zero interest in watching any of the movies. I'm interested in watching him react to the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
What's really dope on YouTube also is these little short horror movies that people make on their own. Like real super low budget, but like really interesting ideas. There's a ton of them, man.
Right.
And some of them are fucking great. They're really cool. They're like 8 minutes long.
They're 2 minutes long, and they can just get you. Yeah.
There's so much entertainment. I like watching people make furniture for some reason. I really do.
Yeah.
I love watching people make like live edge tables and shit, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this tickles me.
I like watching people cook. I watch a lot of cooking.
Well, it's so like you can everyone's entertainment's so like in their own lane that you can come across a video and be like 8 million views and you've never even seen it. Right. True virality is tough. Like in the future, are there going to be even like A-list celebrities like that? You know,
mean?
like it's going to be. There's going to be less and less like what would you describe as like an A-list celebrity, right?
Sure, right.
Because everyone has their own sort of lane.
Well, there's more celebrities now than there ever have been before, for sure. There's more, let's just say famous people.
Right.
There's more people that are known than ever before because of social media. Like think about all the streamers and YouTubers and
Austin has
podcasters.
a huge streaming scene. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane.
So there's that. So that muddies the water because like you go back to let's go back to 1960 when Paul Newman was a superstar making movies. How many fucking Paul Newmans were there?
Right. Yeah.
Were there 10?
Yeah.
On Earth? Like if you wanted to make a big movie, you got Marlon Brando, Paul Newman. You have a few people.
Like a star on Sydney Sweeney's like level now.
Right.
Back then, that would be a name to sell movies. Now, like there's movies that she's in that people don't watch.
Right.
And that's like what like an A-list celebrity is now. It's like there's so much stuff you're competing with.
There's so much content, just period. I'm always watching a new show.
Right.
There's always a new show, and they're fucking great. There's so many great shows.
Yeah, or not even just random Instagram accounts. Dude, I watch this guy's Sandwiches of History. All he does is he finds a sandwich book from like some of them from like the early 1900s and just makes a sandwich in them.
Is any of them good?
Some of them are amazing and some of them suck ass. Some of them are like Depression era. You know what I mean? It's like bread and sawdust or whatever. You know, like. But some of them are like, damn, that's like a good sandwich. And I just watch this guy eat sandwiches and be like, this is a great use of my time.
Making an orange peel sandwich from 1921 here.
1921. So you take orange peels, you mix it up with mayonnaise, and you spread it on bread. Let's see his face.
He always goes, I'll give this sandwich a go. He has like a catchphrase. I'm all about it.
Okay.
It doesn't look like he likes it.
It's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. Orange peel sandwich, the fuck out of here.
Well, that's what people ate.
Yeah,
people
you're
ate
starving. You're starving, you eat an orange peel sandwich.
Yeah.
The sandwich was made by a guy who was in a hurry, right? Wasn't that the idea? He just threw some fucking meat in some bread and to eat it all together?
Yeah, I think so. And the people were like, wow.
Wasn't his name Sandwich?
He was
or
like
something?
the Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah.
I think it was a sandwich
Something
was a
like
place.
that?
Yeah.
And it's just,
As I'm saying that, is that real though? Is that just like goofy?
well, didn't we definitely searched this before.
I'm looking.
Isn't there an Earl of Sandwich? Or is that like a?
No, there 100% is, but it's
Okay.
also like a store, and I'm just like, is that even maybe just like a silly myth? That
I'll tell you what. If the sandwich didn't originate with the Earl of Sandwich, what a mighty coincidence that is. What a real deal crazy
If there is an
coincidence.
Earl of Sandwich, what is the origins of the term sandwich?
I'm stuck looking at the Earl of Sandwich.
Okay, so the Earl of Sandwich exists. That's all.
But just put into perplexity, what are the origins of the sandwich? I'm pretty sure it was like a military guy.
Yes.
And he was like, fuck it, just give me the bread and the meat. I'll put it together. And he cut the bread open, stuffed it in there. Because I think they used to just eat bread and eat meat, eat bread. They just ate bread by itself.
Like
they were too
separately.
stupid to
Yeah,
combine them.
yeah, very autistically.
Yeah.
Keep the food separate.
18th century England, named after John Montagu.
The fourth Earl of Sandwich.
Aha.
Someone is the Earl of Sandwich.
During a prolonged card game in 1762.
Oh, that's right. He was
Gambling.
That's right. Now I remember.
Oh, well, now that gambling's so fucking massive now, what cool food is going to come out of that?
That's already here.
Yeah,
All the
that's already-
fast food, Uber Eats will deliver it right to your table. Allowing him to eat without interrupting play. The practice creation popularized the handheld meal among England's elite. There it is.
Oh, that's so funny. It used to be an elite food.
Oh, okay.
I guess
So
'cause it's meat
looks
and
like
cheese.
the Romans had it before. It says similar concepts predated Montagu, such as the Roman ofella, which involved meat or cheese between bread slices. That's a sandwich.
Right.
They just didn't call it that. Huh.
They they finally had a name that stuck. Is there a current Earl of Sandwich?
I bet there is.
Yeah.
Imagine if he's gluten sensitive.
That's what I was digging through is this, but I didn't get any good information from it.
Well, now we know. Yeah, you want to talk about places to eat? Austin has an amazing fucking selection of places to eat.
During the day, the night leaves a little.
Yeah,
There
late
needs to be
night.
there needs to be a late night diner out
Well,
here.
we were talking about that last night. Like one of the things I really miss about LA is the Jewish delis, like Cantor's.
Yes.
We used to go there after the club. We'd leave and we'd go to Cantor's, and I would get a pastrami Reuben with steak fries.
Ooh.
Oh my God! Have you ever had a pastrami Reuben from Cantor's?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's what
it's
you get
good.
at Cantor's. That's
Good Lord,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be the best pastrami Reuben on earth. It's right up there with Katz's Deli in New York City, which is maybe the king.
Oh, I've never been there.
Oh Lord. Katz's Deli in New York City is fucking legendary. First of all, you get a ticket when you get there. I don't even know if they accept credit cards. You might have to pay in cash.
Ooh, I like that.
You get a ticket when you get there, and you can't lose your ticket. If you lose your ticket, you got to pay like $50 because you take that ticket, and on that ticket they write all the things you get. So you go up to the counter, and they're like, "We're gonna get you." And there's guys that have been fucking chopping meat since the 20s, and they'll slice you off a couple of pieces of brisket, slice you off a couple of pieces of pastrami, and you get to eat it while you're there, while you're waiting for your sandwich to be made. And you tell him what you want, and he pulls the fucking pastrami out and starts slicing it up in front of you. Steam's coming off of it. He's piling it on that rye bread. You're like, you can't wait. And then he gives you a couple pickles in there, and then you're like, what else you want? And then you move down the line. Like, I get an order of fries. You get an order of fries. I want a root beer. And then you get to the end, and they put it all on your ticket. And then when you leave, after you've eaten, then you bring the ticket up to the counter, and then you pay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
that's how it
food
works.
plus accountability. You have to
A little bit.
Yeah, you have to keep
But
track of stuff.
it's a weird old system, so nobody pays attention. So everyone loses their fucking ticket if you're
Right.
from out of town, if you've never been there before. You're like, what? The ticket? What? What happened? How much is it?
It's a way to scam the tourists a little bit.
I don't think-
It's like a tourist fee, not a scam.
Well, I just think it's how they used to account back then, and they just never changed it. And it's
Right.
kind of the charm of the place. That It's
Right.
got this weird thing.
Older
Show me
vibe.
some Cantor sandwiches, son. Show
Yeah,
me some of that.
When I was a door guy, we were big swingers guys. That was the
Show me cats. Cats.
yeah. That was the diner we went to. But like it's
Swingers was great. That was a
Swingers
great diner.
Yeah,
That was a great diner. Really
Yeah.
good food. And that was open pretty late, too. Look at that, son. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at that pastrami with Swiss cheese. Oh, Lord. That's so good. And they
Yeah.
pile it up high, and they've been doing it that way since the fucking 1800s.
Yeah,
How
see-
old is Cantor's?
1988.
1888?
Jeez. Yeah. See, this
1888. Look how good that looks. Oh. You can see how she's pulling it like that. The flavors. Oh.
Yeah, see, this is what Austin is definitely missing.
Yeah.
We need it needs something late night, something that we can all eat, where you can go and hang out and like.
Now I had heard that someone was opening a Cat's Deli in Austin, right? But I don't think it's Cat's Deli from New York City.
No, it's just called Cat's Deli. Cat's never closes.
Oh, coming soon.
This is
Wait, hold on,
August.
go back. Coming soon on 6th Street. How far is that from us?
Well, we're on 6th.
It's on West.
It's on West 6th, so it's like
It's
near.
taking over our current spot.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's taking over us. Like I think there's like a bar there or something now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of near where.
Opening in the
Jay
same
Carver's
location as the OG Cats is operated for 32 years. So it's way down by Jay Carver's.
is. Yeah, but this said.
But that's a 5-minute drive.
Yeah, you can walk there from the
Yeah.
club. We do that all the time.
Cats never closes.
But that was August 18th. Has there been any news since?
Is it open?
Yeah, it's no. It's going to take a year.
Oh, it's gonna take a year.
Oh,
Okay.
they're building it out?
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's a few
So,
places like that are just they got the name out and it's going to be open in a year and a half.
so was there an original Katz's never closes, or is this a
That's
new?
the one. That's where it was. It closed in 2011.
So they
Okay.
lied.
No, what do you mean? Well,
Fucking closed.
Yeah, Cat sometimes closes for 15 years.
By the way, I would have never allowed them to use a K for closes. Like, guys, we're not kooky. Stop.
It's,
This is
you're not
crazy.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, why are you doing that?
Right. But, yeah.
So expected in 2026, maybe 2027.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully because that's the big hole right now in the Austin game.
Look at it though. This is it. New York style deli menu with sandwiches like Reuben's, day-long breakfast dishes like waffle egg sandwiches and blintzes, entrees including pork roasts and meatloaves. Oh my God, it sounds amazing. Open 24/7.
Ooh, I
All
want
right,
this
that'll
badly.
be it for
Yeah,
us. That'll be it.
Finally, because that was the big hole. Outside
Bro.
of that, Austin has like amazing food.
We should help them.
But yeah, after 10 p.m., it gets rough pickings around here.
Yeah, let's blow them up when they open up.
A lot of halal carts, which I wouldn't expect in Austin. That's such a funny. Going through there, I wouldn't be like, oh, halal carts would be a good way I get late night food.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
Dudes recognize the need.
yeah. There's the only things you can get.
Oh, there's Golden Tiger. That's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
They're open pretty late, right?
They're open till like 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty late.
that's pretty late.
That's
But
pretty good.
in
But
the comic life, you're like out at 2.
I know.
Yeah, that's-
looking for food at 2.
Yeah, at 2,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, I thank God the Mexican hot dog carts people are here.
Right.
Yeah, that happened recently. They started showing up. I was like,
Yeah,
thank
there's
God.
always smart people that capitalize. Mm-hmm. Because there's always, there's just so many people walking around drunk,
right, just looking for stuff.
especially 6th Street. Like, you got a taco truck, you kill it.
Oh yeah.
On 6th Street.
Oh, at 2 a.m, all the fucking zombies.
And there's that road when you go up to 7th where when you're headed towards Creek,
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole parking lot that's got a bunch of food trucks
Oh yeah,
up in there.
That there's a place. My favorite place is called Diddy Dog. They got bulgogi fries.
Ooh, bulgogi fries.
Bulgogi fries.
Isn't there a really good cheeseburger place over there too?
Yeah, there's the Yalla Burgers. They're pretty good. But for me, downtown, if I'm eating downtown, I'm eating the bulgogi fries.
That good, huh?
Oh yeah, there are a lot, so I can't get them very often. Now that I'm older, that I'm like, oh yeah, I have to take care of myself. But when I first moved here, I was on that bulgogi fry diet, son.
It's kind of insane how many great restaurants there are here, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Oh yeah,
the numbers nuts.
yeah, just good, and good casual eating places too. It's like you can really everyone who moves. I call it when you move to Austin, there's the freshman 15.
Just from eating here.
Just from eating here, you just get it. And then after you live here for like 5 years, I think you just get so tired of brisket that you can't look at it again for a while. I eat so much brisket that I only go now when like out of town people
That's
are here.
funny.
Yeah.
I could eat it 24 days out of a month. I'll take 6 off.
Oh no,
I
can't-
love it.
Yeah, sometimes the Terry Blacks will come to the green room and I'll be like, I can't look at this right
Oh,
now.
no.
This is like day 3 in a row of Terry Blacks. Not to complain, but it is
Terry
funny.
Blacks has those beef ribs, dog.
that's the
beef
best.
ribs are insane.
I do describe it. You got to take every tourist. It's like the Disneyland of Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a line that moves quickly. You can see how everything's made.
And it's a fucking huge place. I think they're like the highest volume restaurant in the country.
Really?
Yeah, I think in terms of like brisket and barbecue and stuff, I think they were telling me that. I forget what the exact statistic they told me, but it was like the volume of food that they serve there is like as high as anywhere in the country.
That makes sense. There's always a line there.
Giant line.
Yeah. Oh, and they always move quickly, so they're always getting people like in and out.
Well, you can only eat so much. Like when you sit down and eat barbecue, you ain't sitting there for 3 hours, bitch.
No,
Like, you can't.
No, and you also always get more than you can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always like, because it looks so good up there, and then like the second you have like their cornbread, you're so full.
Right.
What
Well,
the fuck is
especially
happening?
those beef ribs, man. They're so rich. You can only eat like so much of it before you're like, oh.
Oh yeah. No, not before a show. That's always a mistake that people make.
Bro, last time we had a whole group of us, I made the mistake of sitting next to Metzger, and I was in the corner. And he's just fucking looming over me with conspiracy theories. I'm like, Kurt, you gotta stop. Trying to enjoy these ribs. Yeah. You gotta stop.
I don't know if it's just the Terry Blacks in Austin, because I know they have one in Dallas, I think, too. But it says 18% of America's brisket is served by them.
18% of Americans. That's so much brisket.
That's crazy.
Metzger's a fun one. In the green room, he says, my favorite is when he'll be like, "What? I thought this was common knowledge."
Hey, you don't know?
Yeah, you don't know. There was something he said in the green room the other day about like Morgan Freeman. And some deep conspiracy about Morgan Freeman, and we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, well, I thought this was common knowledge. It's like, no one knows anything about what you're talking about.
Is it the Morgan Freeman dated his granddaughter or some shit
step
like
granddaughter.
Step granddaughter.
Yeah, dated her, and then the boyfriend went crazy and like killed her. And he was like, I thought that was common knowledge. It's like, what do you mean?
Is that true? The boyfriend went crazy and killed
That's
her?
what he said. I looked at it afterwards, and I was like, I don't know where. Kurt gets his news plugged in straight from the Matrix, I think. I don't even know where he finds his stuff.
Well, he's on that Jimmy Dore show. You know, and Jimmy Dore show, the entire show is about exposing corruption and conspiracies, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
You live in that world all the time.
Then everything becomes a conspiracy and everything.
Doesn't leave a lot of room for sunshine. Also, here's the thing. There's enough like we talked about the Franklin scandal. There's enough conspiracies that are absolutely real and provable that if you go into it, you will kind of go crazy.
Right.
I mean, this is what kind of happened to Alex Jones. This is what happens to a lot of people that get involved in conspiracies. It's like you find out how many of them are true, and you start losing your fucking mind. You're like, what is real? Like, what really controls the world? Like, what fucking lizard people are really at the center of this whole thing?
Right. Yeah. It's kind of better to just kind of stay away at a certain point. Just be like, yeah.
Well, you should probably pay attention a little bit, but some people must have an obligation to do it because if it doesn't get exposed, then it's going to continue. And the only way that you can kind of put a stop to this stuff is people have to get busted and they have to be held accountable. The public has to get outraged. So someone has to be making these videos. So, but it doesn't have to be you.
Right.
Doesn't have to be you.
Yeah.
Like for your own personal mental health, it's just not good to absorb all of the evil of the world.
Yeah. There's no reason to take that on. There's no reason. Just find happiness in your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I feel like that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah. I feel like that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah. Just a lot of people just be happy with where you are, and work from there.
Yeah, but it's just like some people feel obligated to be a part of something. You know, and then you find the thing about like with Metzger is like he wasn't always like this. I was friends with him long before he started working with Jimmy, and he was fun and crazy, always like the same kind of guy. But now it's like the obsession is all on deep corruption and conspiracies. It's like yo, but he's right. He's right about a lot of it,
right?
Which is nuts, and he maintains a lot of it in his fucking brain, just bouncing around in there like.
but I mean, it just takes over, man. I do think White Precious, his Comedy Central special, that's low key one of the most underrated specials of all time. The special is great.
He's very funny.
That special is great.
He's very good. His writing's very good. He's just very smart. And he's a great podcast guest too. Basically just got to kind of corral him a little bit. Because he'll go from one subject to the next subject to the next, all in like one rant. You're like, okay, go back to that first one. Queen Elizabeth did what?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just, we have a lot of, he's another one that lives in Austin now. We have a lot of them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so fun watching like all these like young kids too like rise up and just like find themselves. It's so like I mentioned Fuzzy earlier, but just watching him on stage, like he does it. It's great watching him just like figure out to not give a fuck and then see what comes from that.
Yeah.
Like right now he's doing these things at the end when he closes out like Fat Man. He'll also do a Q&A, but he's not famous, so the questions are so much funnier, and like the answers are so much wilder because it's just some guy that they all just met.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's a very fun dynamic to watch his Q&As and just being because the whole audience is like, wait, we're doing a Q&A? Why? We had no questions coming in.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The first time I ever saw anybody do a Q&A was Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah, he did a whole set. He did like 45 minutes. And then it was at the Paradise in Boston. The Paradise was a small club. It was a rock and roll club that was connected to Stitches. And Stitches was the comedy club. So for the comedy club, like if you're a regular comedian, I think Stitches probably seated maybe 150 people. It was like a little bit bigger than Little Boy. And so if you were a regular comic, like a road headliner, you would do Stitches, and then if you're a big guy like Jerry Seinfeld that had been on television, you do the Paradise.
Okay.
So I was with a date. I think I was maybe 20, and I went to see Jerry Seinfeld before I ever did stand up, and he did stand up, and then he came back out and he answered questions, and he would just riff with the audience, and it was fucking great. It was really cool. He just started riffing about stuff, and I guess that's like how he was creating material and coming up with new premises.
Yeah. Do you get bits when you do
Sometimes,
that?
yeah. It's not an exact science. Like we'll have a whole fun Q&A session for 20 minutes, and there's no bits.
Right.
And I'll do it 5 times, 6 times, and then one time, bam, I got one. And then you just gotta grab that sucker and reel it into the shore.
Yeah, and just work on it.
Yeah, and then figure it out. But bottom of the barrel's the best. Bottom of the barrel's the best premise factory ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like because there's certain people who do it. Like I think you're great at it, and I feel like you should like. If you were thinking about doing a special, would you ever consider doing a bottom of the barrel type special?
No, because I'd say too much wild shit that I wouldn't want to get published.
That's a very fair point. That's the most insane shit I've ever said has been on bottom of the barrel, and
Yeah,
just like I'm so glad there's a place where I can get this thought out because they'll look at you. Like, yo, what the fuck?
And you're like, hey, this wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
You fucking wrote this down.
Yeah, they get mad at you for. I remember one time I got bestiality, and it reminded me of a story. So the way we consumed porn as kids, because you guys had like magazines and you'd find in the woods. You have a bit about that?
Yeah.
That wasn't us. So there was these. This was like pre-Pornhub, so these pre-YouTubes of porn, as I call them. But there were these like dedicated sites. They'd be like, one of them was like Mr. Chew's Asian Beaver. I think you can tell what that's about. That one was great because
Probably run by a Jewish guy.
yeah, oh for sure.
Definitely not a Mr. Chew.
But there was at the very end there was this very racist cartoon beaver, and he would have like the buck teeth and the rice hat, and then he
Oh,
would
God.
rate every girl out of out of 5 fortune cookies at the end of each video. That was the whole premise of the site. But that's what we were coming up with in porn. And then one day, and we'd watch that together in like 7th grade. Like that's our huddling around the magazine. And then one day we invited the weird guy, and he had found one where people fuck animals. Yeah, it was like wild. And there's been very famous videos. I think there's one called like Mr. Hands or something like that. Yeah. There's very famous, like those originated out of those sites. And so he was showing us that. And then what I said on stage is it gave me the life experience to know that sometimes when you watch people fuck a dog, sometimes the dog enjoys it. And they all looked at me like I was horrified, which is a kind of horrifying thing to say. But I was also like, well, you brought it up.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to tell the story unless you asked me.
Some dogs must like it. There's probably a girl dog out there that likes some dick.
Oh, I mean, there's probably a guy dog out there that's giving some dick right now.
For sure.
Oh,
To
yeah.
ladies.
To some,
I've seen
crazy
it.
lady.
I've seen videos when I was a kid. There was like this video that a friend of mine had, and I remember one of us had to watch the door. So it was like there was
Like a sentry?
The door, yeah, because there's a door down into the basement. So one of us had to stand up at the door, and the rest of us were huddled in front of this fucking 12-inch television with a VCR attached to it.
Damn.
And you put the VHS tape in there. We're watching like a copy of a copy of a copy of Barnyard Betty. And Barnyard Betty was this they took some crazy crackhead and they gave her money to suck a dog's dick and get fucked by a German Shepherd. And it's weird to watch, man.
Yeah. You come across some weird shit out there.
This dog just pump nut into this fucking poor, drunken, sad, alcoholic, drug addict lady.
Jesus.
It was sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, that's but that's how porn's fucked It's so crazy how it's just moved towards. I guess it's more empowering. I guess what it's about individual creators.
Right, like OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's
Do you
like,
know the numbers? You ever seen the numbers of
oh,
them?
I saw the one lady that makes more than LeBron.
Yeah, that. But I mean, the number of actual girls that are on OnlyFans.
Oh, it must be depressing.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it must be depressing how many people are selling themselves to like nobody.
Exactly. That's the thing. The vast majority aren't making any money.
Right.
And then their pussy's out there forever.
Just forever.
Yeah, they're getting fucked by a dildo in front of the whole world, and the guy saves it on his hard drive forever and ever and ever and ever.
Right.
And
they
you were
just have it.
19, and you just didn't want to work. But I think the number between girls of 18 to, I forget what the age is, something in their 20s, it's like 10%. That's crazy.
That's wild. But it's content creation. It's like that's a genuine market that people are going for, and that's a way to do it.
It's also pornography.
It is pornography, yeah.
Right, but I mean, content creation is TikTok, Instagram.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's content creation.
I think they view it in the same vein.
Wow.
Like,
Well, it
I
depends
know,
on what you do, right?
I know that top lady, and this is something. It's
Sophie Rain.
Sophie Rain. And this is something that's just interesting across all Gen Z is that her thing is that she's a virgin.
Right.
And that's how she sells, which is like, yeah, which, you know, take it for what it is. But like her and that the Nick Shirley guy, virgin, Nick Fuentes, virgin, it's like that's like a thing that you can sell to Gen Z is virginity.
Yeah, you were talking to me about this in the green room, that like this incel problem is unrecognized. That
Yes.
there's a giant percentage of people that are like voluntarily celibate in this country.
Yes, I think so. And it's like a lot of it is maybe this sort of religious fervor that's sort of developing with them as well, because Gen Z is more religious.
Yeah, but aren't they horny? I don't get it.
They're not. There's something like some crazy amount of women under 25 have never been approached by a guy their age, like in public.
What?
Yeah. It's the game is DMs, so it's all online, so it's all fueling that sort of loneliness. Yeah, they don't go out. They don't go out. Like alcohol consumption from Gen Z to millennials is like they drink 800% less. Some crazy shit like that. Third spaces, you know the concept of a third space?
No.
Okay, so you have work and home. That's space 1, space 2. And a third space is like, you know, when I was visiting college, we go to the bowling alley every day for one summer. It was stuff like that. It's a place that you can all go. The library, the mall, places to exist outside of the two spaces. Those places are completely disappearing. Whether people are staying inside all the time or they've become too expensive. Like movies now are like very expensive, so it's like kind of priced out of being a third space. On top of all the things that are going on with movies. So those are also disappearing. So places where you can meet someone in person are gone. So they're not meeting in person. A lot of it is app driven and you know.
And then you got to wonder about like sex drive drop off. Because
Well, you can access porn like instantly now.
right.
So you can at least play that part of your brain, give it something.
Right.
Give it a rush of some kind that it would maybe get from like a lesser version of sex, but still fill that void.
Right.
You
and
can,
then
like, you know,
but
you
there's
can
also
goon, as they say.
testosterone levels have dropped. Like fertility levels amongst women have dropped.
Yeah.
Miscarriages have risen.
The fertility rates in the West are like massively concerning. Like you know, people like worry about bringing in migrants, but at the same time, they're the only ones having kids at replacement level. Like the West isn't having that. I had my 15-year high school reunion recently, and I was in town. I was like, I'll go to this, and I was like, damn, I'll probably be the only one who's like not married and doesn't have kids. And most of the people weren't married or didn't have kids.
How old are you now?
33. Wow. Yeah,
Most.
most of the people there I would say didn't have kids, which is wild. 33 at any other generation.
Wild.
This is a late time to not have a kid.
Yeah.
This is pretty, for people who grew up middle class millennial, I would say this is pretty standard to not have a kid. And there's certain, I think, driving factors too. The fact that a house is unbuyable for a lot of people my age and younger. That like, because you're sold the dream on a house and 2 kids. Well, if you can't get the house, like it sucks to be renting with kids.
Right.
You know, the instability.
Average home buyer age is increasing while the median age for all U.S. home buyers reaching 59.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's pretty late.
Yeah, record
late
high of
2025.
40.
Median age for first-time buyers hit a record high of 40. Wow.
Yeah, so it's like that's how long you have to like. It's hard to raise a kid without a house, you know.
That's crazy.
And the American, I think the American community in that way is dying because, like, it takes a village to raise a child. So you raise a child in a house you bought. Your neighbors generally say the same. There's a certain level of comfort and, like, oh, my mom can do this thing for me. I can go to my neighbor's house, and you know what I mean. There's safety in that. But if everyone around you is a renter, then your community kind of disappears.
Yeah,
there's no like set community.
That's a really good point, dude.
And it's like bringing up a kids need consistency. So bringing up in a world that's constantly shifting, it's probably anxiety inducing to people who can't afford homes.
For sure.
Definitely on that. And then childcare is expensive.
Then if also your friends aren't doing it, and then women are waiting later and later because they want to prolong their careers.
Right.
And then it becomes harder. And then you get into in vitro fertilization.
Yeah, there's definitely some this with this wave with feminism and capitalism, there's definitely some like insidious ties there of just like you can like work, create capital for us and then make it so it's impossible or very hard for one working house spouse to like just if the man is working to raise a kid.
Do you think it's on purpose?
I think maybe it didn't start on purpose, but I think it sort of became intertwined.
Well, isn't it just a side effect of if women want to pursue careers?
Yes,
you're gonna have less children.
But that is for sure. But there's a thing about it. There's this like almost demonization of the women who choose to stay at home. Like it's like trad wife. It's looked down on.
Right, but isn't that just because of the women that are pursuing careers that give them that look down on?
Yeah, this is true.
And it's probably because they secretly feel like maybe they're missing out.
Maybe to me it's like it's so funny that both can exist. It can be the women that go for their careers and the women that want to stay home. It's just for one group to demonize the other. I think it's just very interesting.
Yeah, it is weird, but it's also like population drop is a real thing.
It does look like the humanity. Have you ever seen that population curve of the deer? Yeah, it's like so. I think humanity is kind of at that point where it levels off. Have you? Yeah, because I remember my bio classes there, which that would be the the exponential growth and then the level off. And we've had the exponential growth, and we're looking like that part of the graph.
Well, the thing is, like, there is still exponential growth. It's just not in the West. That's what's kind of weird.
Right.
It's poor people. Poor people want to have a bunch of kids, and they're having them all the time.
Right.
And then they want to come over here.
Yeah.
Take over Minnesota. And then have their kids in daycare. That doesn't exist.
Right. But yeah, there is something happening in the West. Or like the way that like the South Korea and Japan.
Oh, they're fucked.
They're like fucked. They're like actually fucked. They're like a couple generations away from like how you're going to support this whole thing.
Right.
Unless you let people in.
Well, or you encourage people to have kids. If you turn it around with the youngest people, then you have like a blip for a while, but then it gets back to it. But man, you have to like make a concerted effort. And how do you encourage people to have children? Like because you're going to have women that don't pursue careers.
Right.
Right? If you're going to have 5 kids, like what are you going to do? You're working all day? Like,
right.
That's kind of crazy.
Right.
And when you have kids, you realize how nuts that is. Because it's like, man, your kids, they want their parents, and that's good for them to have their parents around, especially in this world of predators and creeps and weirdos and things that can happen at daycare.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's I don't know how they would incentivize that to happen.
How do you?
Yeah, you can't really.
Yeah, because people are selfish. They they want what they want in their life. And when Elon's like, "Oh, we're experiencing population collapse," they're like, "So what? Not me.
Right.
Bye.
Right.
I'm going to the movies with my friends." You know what I mean? Like the idea of changing diapers. Like I don't like her that much to stick around with her for the next 18 years.
Yeah. You also when you have the ability to choose everyone at your fingertips, it's like Netflix when you can watch everything, you watch nothing. So we can choose everyone. You don't commit to anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's just because everything's these sort of superfluous, like kind of deep relationships.
I know a lot of people that have used the apps and then found someone and got off the apps. So there are people, but generally they're a little older. Right?
Yes, they're like at a certain age you sort of like look for that. Yeah. But like when in your early 20s, when people were like settling down in their 20s beforehand, it made sense. They were the only person around, maybe like. But now you're in a city, it can be like in a big one in New York where there's like an endless stream of people. There's no reason to make a choice if you don't want to.
I always saw a video of a lady who created an app where a man is allowed to pay for her preparation for the date. So the man sends her money so she can get her nails done, get clothes for the date, all these different things for the date. And this lady set up this app.
Damn.
I'm like,
smart.
It's kind of prostitution.
I mean, it's sure.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of without the guarantee of sex.
I know.
It's weird. You're not just showing up. These are my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I drove here in my car. I'm meeting a person. No, it's that person is paying me to prepare for our date.
Right, and creating me into a person in his head. It's
Well, you're
going to
get a very different kind of person that's
Mm-hmm.
going to meet you. You're going to get a kind of person that's willing to give you money immediately before he has any connection with you at all.
Right.
Like he might meet you and you're fucking super annoying. And he's like, God damn it, I gave that bitch $100.
That's so fun. That's Richard. Well, I think it was Richard Feynman. He was talking about getting girls because he was good at it, and he was like, "Yeah, I never paid for the drink on the first date.
Wow.
Never, something like
seems
that."
kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not going to get a lot of quality women.
Well,
Maybe it was back then. It was different.
yeah. And you're kind of famous in
Yeah.
your world.
Yeah, he's a famous, brilliant guy. The scientists back then were all like rock stars. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. They're all like just fucking everyone around them.
Isn't that nuts?
yeah.
And that was
just
normal.
making the atomic bomb, just
Yeah.
fucking losing their minds.
That was the crazy thing about the Oppenheimer thing, right?
You're right.
Oppenheimer was a freak.
Good for him.
He's just out there getting his fuck on.
Yeah, fucking
Feynman.
communist chicks.
Yeah. They're probably fun.
Oh yeah, that's living. Especially back then, that's living dangerously.
Yeah.
That's the same level of cum as the gay Republican senator. It's
Right.
like this is banned.
Right.
Yeah, this is bad.
Right. How many gay Republican senators do you think there are?
I mean,
Not zero.
no, yeah, for sure.
In the closet, not zero.
No, definitely not. It is usually the ones that are like the most pro. Like anyone who's like still very pro anti-gay marriage now, like loudly, it's like what's going on here?
Or really into war. We gotta get those Iraqis out of their holes.
Oh yeah, the fucking just war hawks with Iran's going through it right now.
What's going on right now?
Yeah, you don't know what's happening in Iran?
Well, I know about the
Yeah.
protests, and I know about killing the protesters.
Yeah, I
and-
mean that's what. Yeah, because
but it seems like there's some sort of a strike that might be imminent,
you
doesn't
think,
it? It feels like it.
like from
Like the United
us.
States, yeah.
I think the U.S. is kind of gonna stay back for a little bit.
You think so?
A weakened Iran is they're weak right now
Well,
because they're dealing with internal strife.
it's kind of crazy to see how many people are on the streets.
I mean, the average Iranian civilian has gotten a pretty raw deal since the 50s, since we installed the Shah.
Yeah.
We installed the Shah, and then Khomeini comes and is like, hey, remember the democracy they stole from you? Because we had deposed an elected leader. Well, we'll bring it back. And they're like, okay. And then the clerics just took over and fucked them. And they've just been a constant stream of like the average Iranian citizen is just getting fucked by outside forces for so long.
Well, it's all about the nationalization of their oil.
Yep.
They wanted to nationalize their oil,
And
the
we were like,
CIA's
nope.
nah, player.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. You think you're gonna have control over your own state? Get out of here.
Did you heard Metzger's theory about Venezuela last night?
No.
He goes, I think Maduro is secretly working for the CIA. He helped them arrest him, and then he is going to testify that the 2020 elections were rigged.
Wow, if that comes true, what a
what I
Babe
told
Ruth,
him.
what a Babe Ruth call. What a point to the sky that is. That's crazy.
I told him if that comes true, I'm buying you a car. I go find a car you really like. We're gonna get you a car.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
need an American muscle car. I'll get you a Mustang GT or something.
But I will say this: when the Iranians protest, it's like admirable because you know they're gonna die.
A lot of them have already died. They
A
killed
lot of
thousands of them.
A lot of them died, and the same with the hijab protests, where just women were disappearing for not wearing a hijab. It's like, damn, bro.
That's how bad it got.
They really like it. They've gotten a raw deal historically for the last half a century, and they're still fighting.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I read when I was a kid. I read this book called Persepolis. It's in my like greatest books of all time. But I read Persepolis, and I was like maybe in high school, late middle school, and I just realized like, oh man, because you get bombarded, especially at that time. We're fighting in the Middle East. You get bombarded with propaganda of like what these people are like over there. And I'm reading Persepolis. I'm like, oh right, they're just people. Like she has this scene where she's just wanting to listen to music with her friends, but the Islamic police is like, we'll fucking fuck them up. if they get caught, and they just have these secret parties where just listening to music.
Secret listening to music parties.
Just
that can
listening
wind
to
you
music.
up in jail.
Yeah, just regular things.
What is this? Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado insists that Maduro rigged the 2020 U.S. elections against Donald Trump and many other elections in the region. What?
Tweets from
How?
November 3rd. I saw that going around too, so I don't know that Kurt's too crazy on that one.
What?
Yeah, there's this isn't even the first one. This was just I was showing you the date.
How could Maduro rig United States elections?
Yeah, where's that power coming from? All of a sudden. Because if the power to rig election, do you think he would be able to stop himself from getting arrested?
This is from the Gray Zone. It says Hugo El Polo Carvajal is likely to serve as the star witness for the U.S. against Maduro. Max Blumenthal reveals Carvajal is a coerced witness who cut a secret plea deal to save himself. He's even indulging the Trump's conspiracy theory that Venezuela rigged the 2020 U.S. election.
What's the Gray Zone? Is that
So I think that's Max Blumenthal's show.
okay? So that's like a source.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's legit.
Okay.
Yeah. Anti-war guy. So if he's saying that, maybe there's something to it.
Damn. How would he? In what mechanism would Maduro be able to
That's what I'm saying.
do an election?
Okay, let's find that out. How do they think Maduro had a hand in rigging the 2020 election? What's the conspiracy?
Yeah. Was it like he did all the he helped with the mail-in votes?
Right.
Because that's the only way you could steal that election, right?
Like Venezuela's pretty far away.
Here's a
Right.
tweet from before the election even happened.
Nicolas Maduro's campaign manager, this is from 2024, just went on national TV to declare victory despite exit polls showing a historic loss for their socialist regime. They're setting up to commit a bigger election theft than the 2020 election in the United States.
That doesn't add.
No, that's just someone's opinion.
Yeah. How does that add up?
That they're stealing the election.
Yeah,
in
because they stole it in Venezuela?
But they did steal it in Venezuela.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What does it say?
I'm just looking around. This is.
It says he did clearly stole Venezuela's election, threatened bloodshed if he lost, restricted. What is that? Intel. What is it?
International observers.
International observers. Blocked transmission of results.
Yeah, that definitely happened. I mean, it was
Yeah.
very telling how happy the Venezuelans in America were when
Right.
he was gone.
Yeah.
That was a genuine thing. If they were very, very pleased about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you had white leftists be like, "This is bad."
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
You're supporting a dictator. It's like, and the way they did it was so unprecedented. Go in and storm the fucking castle and steal the guy.
Yeah,
What?
kind of shows the power. Like, kind of tells also the other countries like, "Hey, back off."
Well, it's pretty crazy what they did, if it's true, with that whole sonar weapon or sound weapon, whatever it did, that like literally like makes your organs bubble, and everybody like falls to the ground. They're writhing in pain and agony, and then they just stormed in, and everybody was incapacitated.
Damn.
Stormed in, fucked everybody up, and that was a wrap.
Well, if that's what war is becoming, that's kind of better.
It's kind of crazy. Have
That's
you heard the?
That's kind of better than like ground troops and nonstop fighting and 20 years in Afghanistan.
Okay, here's lawyer Sidney Powell in 2020 talking about Maduro having access to voting fraud technology. Maduro's going to sing like a canary, and the Democrats are screwed. No wonder why. Okay,
Is that lady even real?
Who?
That looks like the
Avatar?
The person tweeting this. See, this reeks of bot to me.
Yeah. Follow me for breaking news.
Yeah,
That's what it says.
Yeah. Why do you know? Yeah. Or just account clearly just making stuff up.
See if you can find an account of how they did it, because there's an account by someone who was a witness that was there at the scene that said how fucking crazy it was. That these guys came out of nowhere. The helicopters came out of nowhere. The drones, they shut down all the radar. Everything got shut down.
Damn.
And then all of a sudden there's drones flying everywhere and helicopters. And these dudes, 20 guys, killed, who knows how many fucking humans.
Right.
No one got killed on the American side. They captured him and his wife, stuffed him back in the helicopter, and they were in and out in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, yeah. There's a very famous video of a Twitch streamer in Venezuela just out in the streets, and then everything just,
Really?
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it just goes dark.
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy.
And yeah, and you're a human. You can tell like, oh, something's up.
Yeah.
This is not a normal everything. Like all the street light, it went just dark.
Well, it's crazy because we knew they had some really wild technology, but we didn't know what they were capable of until we've seen this. And they're like, oh, what's really interesting is my friend Evan Hafer was talking about that like a year ago on the podcast. He was talking about it maybe less than a year. He was like, if we go to war with the cartels, like they have no idea what kind of ultra violence they're in for. Mm-hmm. He's like, the shit that these guys are going to do when they're going to plan this out. They built a replica of his house and they went through it blindfolded. Yeah, so they know exactly where every turn is, where to go. They war planned this for a long time.
The live streamer thing was false story.
Oh, it was false?
Which
It's
one?
From
the live stream going out.
Yeah.
Right, but find the account of the
I was looking for
witness.
that, and I stumbled across that on the way to it.
Okay, the account of the guy who said he was there, if it's accurate, is crazy. Because he basically said they just incapacitated everyone and then just went in and murdered everybody and pulled out Maduro. Like no one could move. You can't do anything. And then these guys land in helicopters and everyone's writhing in agony, like dun 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 dun, just running through.
Damn.
Whacked everybody. No one got shot back at. Crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's what warfare, outside of what's happening in Russia, Ukraine, that's kind of what warfare is now, right? Like, is Israel gonna go to war with Iran? We'll just quickly take out all their generals real quick.
Well, that's if
and the threat of war is done.
You're dealing with Venezuela versus the United States of America.
Right.
But if it was the United States of America versus Russia
or China, it'd be a lot different.
It's a lot more fucked up.
Yeah.
Venezuela doesn't have nuclear bombs. That's why we can get away with shit like this.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a fair point.
that is part of the thing, And then it's like the whole thing's so transparent. Trump's like immediately, we're going to take the oil. There's plenty of oil.
Oh yeah,
working on a deal.
Yeah, I don't think it was a coincidence that all of a sudden I had gas under $2 last week in the gas station across the street. I was like, I wonder if that's Venezuela related.
Not in California.
Oh,
California gas companies are pulling out. Valero pulled out of California. It's going to cost them $1 billion, and they're like,
it's not worth it.
Rather leave.
Yeah. Damn.
Fuck you.
Well, yeah, the cost of living there is so high too. It's like when we talk about like young comics, it's like it's what you have in Austin is like at least a much cheaper quality of life.
And better.
Yeah, where you have space and like things are more expensive than anywhere else in Texas, probably for sure. But like it's still like gas was under $2. You can like rent is stabilizing. It's going down. It's going to go down. I think a lot of like California and New York developers came in here and they were like, Austin's where people are, so we can just build a lot. But in New York and California, you have a finite amount of space. In Austin, you can just build out. And once you build out, like the rent at my place went down because people were like, I'll just buy a house out there.
Right.
And no one's living in the apartment complex. And
if you live in Dripping Springs, it's way cheaper and it's only 30 minutes away.
Yeah,
everywhere
exactly.
in the country, 30-minute commute is normal.
Right. Right, yeah, it's normal. Here, what's nice about here is you'll see something that's 15 minutes, it'll be 15 miles. You'll be like, oh, that's normal. That's normal. Yeah. I went 15 miles. Yeah, it was an hour and a half. No, it was almost 2 hours. I went from Redondo Beach to fucking Burbank after a podcast at 5. And I was like, oh, I should have just killed myself. That would have been a more effective use of my time.
Locked up.
Yeah.
When the 405 or the 5 gets locked up, it's depressing.
Oh, it's hell.
That trip down to San Diego, if you want to do the La Jolla store,
you got to leave early.
You got to leave at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Leave at noon. Because that means you'll be down in San Diego right around the time rush hour starts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's just a cheaper place to, like, for a young comic who, like, if it's time to move to a place, it's like Austin does offer a cheaper quality for quality stage time as well.
It's also just a better vibe. There's less tension. There's less people.
Yes. I feel like there are times where I would take a day off in LA and I feel like I'm falling behind because everyone around you is so frantic. And here it's like, I can breathe. I can actually just enjoy this day off.
Which is important. You got to have some kind of balance.
Yes.
You want to be a little bit frantic, but then you gotta achieve some balance and let your brain sort of recalibrate, come back on, just get a new perspective. Come back.
Rest is this grind culture.
Here
we go.
Get into this though. Same kind of thing. I'll check the account.
Fucked up account.
Main
proponent for the drive to recall Gavin Newsom. California needs to rebuild a better. So it might be a fake person.
And then there's no evidence to like a link or where they got the information from, which is why I just checked first. But they just have a long story here.
It just says interview security guard, so it could be total propaganda, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
made up from you could ask AI to make up a story. What it
Right.
give me a good story to put on Twitter. About
Right.
this.
And then just
Don't
Have
know
you
that
tried
they
to find
did,
it
but-
anywhere else? Is it only from this one guy?
Yeah, that's why I was finding. It was Caroline Levitt shared it, and then this is the
That's the main account
Yes.
where she shared it from.
stop what you're doing and read this.
Nah.
I googled that and she said that a ton of times.
How long has Carolyn Levitt been the press secretary this whole time? Right? Aren't they? How quickly do they move past those?
They usually last about 2 years,
2 years,
except for that
okay.
last
Except
lady.
for the last one, yeah. I
That
wonder if
last
that set a
lady,
precedent.
She decided to hang in there to the bitter end. They were trying to get rid of her.
Yeah,
She
was it
sucked.
Saint Pierre, right?
Yeah, whatever her name was. It wasn't St. Pierre.
It wasn't Saint Pierre. I thought it was something like that.
Corinne Jean-Pierre.
Okay, yeah, it was
Wasn't that
something
her
Pierre.
name?
It was something Pierre. Yeah,
Bro, she was terrible.
yeah. She did it forever.
And again, the president is committed. The president, like, she would do like the Obama thing with her fingers.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. They just try. She had to lie all the time.
Well,
like,
she had to
that's
cover
her
for a
job.
dead person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
hard to do.
crazy.
That's pretty like you have to keep juggling a lot to be like, oh, this dead person's still alive.
I thought he was going to die like immediately after he left office. I'm like, he's going to die soon, like real soon.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. He's kept going.
But every now and then they'll trot him out and he'll start talking.
Yeah, he'll be at an Eagles game. He'll be like, yeah, you know what's going on.
But every now and then he'll talk.
Mm-hmm.
They still let him talk. Like, and there's been a few of those where he'll talk like, "Thank God you didn't win." Jesus Christ! If you came back, if they never replaced Kamala with you, and you won, or you
Yeah.
with Kamala and you won, and you're this guy now.
Well, yeah. Well, he fucked them by not bowing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like at least let him have a primary. Because then it just became Kamala versus Trump and the whole like, oh, vote for me to fight fascism, but no one voted for you in the first place.
The thing is, if they had a primary, who do you think would have been it? They probably would have made her.
It
She
would
would
have
have probably. The Democrats would have decided on
Yeah.
her anyway. I think.
Because it would have been too soon for Newsom to run. He still has that stink of COVID on him, so that's why he waited for this go around. Yeah, it's been enough. People have forgotten COVID enough. It's been more than half. It's been half a decade since. People's minds, like people's political memories, are so short.
Yeah.
That 2028. That's so far away from COVID that he can just be like, I did fine or whatever the fuck.
Do you think so?
I think so. Enough to run, enough to probably get the nomination.
Do you think he's going to get the nomination?
Who else? Who
I
else?
feel
are the
like
Democrats
someone else
running?
can rise over the next 3 years.
Someone else would have to. If it had been an Obama thing, it would be like someone would be rising in this upcoming midterm. So if there's someone like that, maybe. But
All it takes is someone who's a compelling speaker who's not demonstrably full of shit. Because the thing about him is he's so vulnerable to any kind of a debate. When someone starts talking about the fraud and waste in California, how about the high-speed rail? They spent billions of dollars. It was fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing's
Like,
come of it.
soon, we're going to get it done soon.
Right.
There's so much fraud, so much waste.
yeah, but I don't think they have anything. Because you can right now, all you can just run on like I'm not Trump, and
What
that'll
about-
be enough to get people being like, yeah, he's not Trump.
What about that Josh Shapiro guy? The guy who's governor of Pennsylvania?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just to me, it's like a popularity
Also,
contest,
there's a
and
lot
he's
of-
making a lot of noise.
A lot of people upset at the Jews right now.
Yeah. That's a
know.
fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair.
Shapiro?
It just seems like. Yeah, that's a good point. It just seems like he's the one making the most noise, and we're
Newsom,
getting towards crunch time. Not really, but like, it's the closer we get to the midterms, and there's no other big voice. It makes me feel like it's gonna be him.
Well, clearly he wants to do it.
He definitely wants to do it,
Yeah.
and he might just be powerful politically enough to win that
Imagine
nomination.
If that guy fucks up San Francisco, fucks up California, and then goes on to fuck up the whole country.
Oh, it's very possible. I think that's maybe not very possible, but I think it's an outcome. It's an outcome. He's definitely running. It's gonna be. I don't know what that ticket's gonna be, but
They're gonna make us all trans.
yeah, it's gonna be like a Newsom Crockett. That's my early call of what they're gonna try to run.
Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Really?
they're trying to, yeah. I think that's who they because she's very
Not
revered.
AOC?
Maybe AOC.
I think AOC is more reasonable.
AOC is much more reasonable, For
You ever
sure.
see when Crockett and Marjorie Taylor Greene start going back and forth with each other, insulting each other and yelling at each other?
No, that's really, oh yeah, I did see that. That's a very, very fun moment.
Oh,
But yeah,
nobody wants to be a representative. That's the thing. It's like all these successful
they all
business
want
people
more.
and
Yeah.
academics, like they don't want to do that.
No, it's all like lawyers and like
And creeps.
and creeps. Yeah, that's the only. Well, it's like one of those things where you're right. The person who wants to do it probably isn't, or person who should do it probably isn't going to want to do it.
100%.
Because you do have to make decisions that negatively affect millions of people's lives sometimes.
And you got to grease the pockets of your donors.
Yeah, and to be like a regular guy and want to do that was probably would tear you apart. To be like, here's a decision that'll kill people. You got to be kind of a sociopath.
What's really fucked is how much of an impact people like us have on elections now. That's what's nuts. Like podcasters have a big impact on elections now.
Well, that's
which
how
is really weird.
That's how much the mainstream media has kind of lost its lead.
Drop the ball.
Drop the ball hardcore.
Well, it's just by being unreliable,
Mm-hmm.
by being people that you can't trust.
And uncensored conversation is like people are going to trust them more because this is how people talk to their friends more often than not.
Yeah.
Than like, oh, I can't say this because this sponsor is going to be mad at me.
Right.
You know,
right.
like this is just a much more accessible way of finding out people's real thoughts.
And a lot of it is just how we talk. I mean, there's been so many times we've been in the green room that totally could have been a podcast.
Right.
Just put a camera on it, live in the green room. It would fuck up the vibe.
Right.
But it would be a great podcast.
Yeah, it would.
It would fuck up the vibe.
Yeah, it would lose that quality that would make it a good podcast if we were trying to actually podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I'll see you tonight.
I'll see you
See
tonight.
if you- and tell everybody your special. It's out. It's on
Yes,
YouTube.
it's on
right
YouTube.
now.
It's called Too Soon. Check it out. It's I'm very proud of this material.
It's great material, man. And you've been killing it. You've been killing it at the club. And the
And-
new stuff's fantastic, too.
Thank you. And yeah, go to Ehsan.
Look at that hair. Look at that hair.
yeah. Every time I've been on here, I've had different hair. Today I went cornrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had the cornrows for a while now, right?
Just a week or so. I did it for a sketch, and then I was like, I kind of like this. Yeah, it's crazy for this hairline to have cornrows.
All right, my brother. Appreciate you. See you tonight.
See you tonight.
Bye, everybody.